Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, everywhere, all around the world and beyond. This is Golf Mike Zero, Uniform Bravo. Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland. Your net control for the international radio networks KB1 Multimode Net, which will begin in around about 3 minutes' time. Please, folks, stand by for the net. Thank you. It's Friday, it's 9 p.m. here in the UK, and that can mean only one thing, folks. It's time for this week's edition of the International Radio Network's KB1 Multimode Net. This is Golf Mike Zero, Uniform Bravo, along with Mike 7, Hotel Quebec Sierra, Helen, Queen of Scotland, who's waving and monitoring from the Royal Box this evening, and yet Laird Mac has just come through as well to make his presence known. Hi Mac, that's the dog. Okay. Anyway, before we get rolling down the road proper, let's go and find out if there's any emergency or priority traffic. If so, please call now. Very good, nothing heard. Well, folks, this night does meet every single Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 9 p.m. UK time. That's 2000 UTC presently. And there are, of course, many ways and many modes that you can use to access this net. And for details of the International Radio Network's multimode system, please check out our website on the interweb at allthews.irn.radio. That's irn.radio. We are also permanently connected to the Extended Freedom Network, and you can find out more about them by visiting also on the interweb. It's allthews.extendedfreedom.network. That's extendedfreedom.network. I do also at this time want to say a huge, big, enormous thank you to all the people who have connected up their various networks, gateways, repeaters, nodes, whatever might be all connected there. Folks, I really do appreciate that so much. Without your hard work and maintaining these things and connecting up, we just wouldn't be able to have the same kind of conversation that we do enjoy every single week here. So thank you, everybody that's connected up. I'll just take a wee pip. Okay, GM0UUB continuing. Well, folks, be mindful of this incredible, wonderful multi-mode system. And of course, with all the different links and everything else we do, observe a little bit of social distancing. That's about 4 or 5 seconds in between each transmission, just to allow the system to take a little breather and to reset all the different links. Also, be mindful as well of the 3-minute timeout. We love all your news and all your views, but if you think you're getting anywhere close to 3 minutes, just take a little pip or a pause. Both work equally well, and then pick up the mic and continue, or else you're in danger of losing the last part of your transmission. So there we go, folks. What else? I think, we are also using NetLogger. So if you want to follow along on NetLogger, just select the net, IRN, KB1 Multimode Net, and monitor your screen as if by magic, as people are checking into the net. You'll see them getting populated right before your eyes. And you can also make use of the almost instant message blue chat box thingy there as well. I do try and keep an eye on that, so I see a few people have already signed in there. So good stuff. Anyway, I'll take a wee... What did I take the last time? A pip. I'll take a pause this time.
This is Kilo Juliet 5 Golf Whiskey November checking in.
Stand by. I haven't actually finished the preamble, sir. It's a long one, it's a lengthy one. It goes on, and well, there we go. So please stand by, sir. We'll be with you very, very shortly. No problem at all. And anyway, just to finish off the preamble, I have to also mention, of course, the International Radio Network's mission. And it is, of course, to promote the amateur radio hobby to those interested in radio communication. We give those with an interest the opportunity to gain experience in radio communications, theory, technology, and fellowship. Now, this is a directed net, and when checking in, please give me your call signs slowly, phonetically, and twice. That is, of course, slowly, phonetically, and twice. And hopefully I'll not make any mistookies. So great stuff. Well, folks, it is Friday. It's the first round of check-ins. And we did hear someone there, but hey, listen, we don't take early check-ins here because, of course, we have a podium to fill. So all's fair in love and war, that's for sure. So let's go and see who's out there, who wants to get checked in on the first round of check-ins on the net today. If you happen to be mobile or short time, do let me know, and I'll do my best to try and remember to take you first. So, let's go and find out who's out there. This is GM0UUB, your net control, looking for check-ins. Please, call now.
0 Kilo Yankee Hotel. 2 Whiskey 0 Kilo Yankee Hotel. Brooklyn in Newport, South Wales.
Victor at M7POV, Josh in South East of England.
Romeo Lima Romeo, K5RLR.
This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November, Kilo Juliet 5 Golf Whiskey November. Will in Oklahoma City. Good afternoon. Sorry about that.
Very good. Net Control recognises our friend Will, and no apologies necessary, Will. I like to have people keen to check in. No problems. We've got you on the list there, Will. That's KJ5GWN. You're on the list. We've got Randall out there in Spring, Texas. A little bit quieter than normal, but you're on the list, Randall. That's K5RLR. And on the podium, I don't know if he's been on the podium before, but we've got Josh out there in third place with a bronze medal. So congratulations, Josh. M7 Papa Oscar Victor. Point of view. We've got Josh is there, and we're looking forward to hearing Josh's point of view very soon. And then, of course, we go to the top. And who got the gold medal today? We had, of course, Declan and Dave. The usual kind of Friday frantic shootout there, but on the top of the list, It was 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. Yes, I heard a 2 whiskey before I heard a Victor Echo. So, guys, you were so close. But once again, Dave, you've been beaten by the young guy over there. He's meant to be the kind young ham, but he doesn't show much kindness to you, sir. But Dave will with you shortly. That's Victor Echo 6 Delta Charlie Victor. So first up, folks, at the top of the podium and the top of the list, it's 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. Declan out there in Newport, South Wales. Declan, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And the microphone, my friend, it's all yours.
Okay, from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. Hello there, Graham. Well, I am doing well, thank you. And, yeah, I would apologize, but no need to apologize when it's all harmless fun, all lighthearted, not hurting anybody, and, in the end, we do end up getting our fair share of victories over each other. It's all good fun, checking in on a Friday, getting in first 99% of the time. Well, this week has been a little bit boring, I will be honest, in comparison to last week, because last week I did have more of an active week there, moving around and being out and about. It was quite nice. Obviously, I am aware we've still got another bout of that out and aboutness to come this summer as the Hammerley. Of course, as going up to Scotland on the 5th of August. That now is in about, say, just under 3, I don't know how the way to count it. So go from Monday the 15th, 1, 2, 3 weeks, so about 3.5 weeks. A little bit under 3.5 from now, and headed up there to Scotland. Let me quickly reset. From 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel returning. And I am looking forward to that, and I'm quite sure that you are as well. Always great to see you in person. Always some great laughs between myself, my dad, Golf Whiskey 8 Sierra Zulu Lima, my mum, Mike Whiskey 7 Foxtrot Delta India, yourself, GM0UB Graham, and Helen MM7 HQS, which, by the way, hello if you're in the background. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Then it's been, so yeah, as I said, it's been a relatively chilled week in comparison. But I feel like that's fine because it allows me to get a bit of recovery in from all of that activity. Not that I hated it, I absolutely loved it. So, not too sure if there's much else to really add, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to you there, Graham. GM0 UUB from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel.
Well, thank you so much, Declan. Always a pleasure to speak to you, sir. And yes, we're certainly looking forward to seeing you again just in about 3.5 weeks' time. You and the South Wales Hammerley there. I trust your mum and dad are well. And yeah, it's I don't know if Helen, Queen of Scotland's actually communicating something. What were you saying there? thing about printing off a Spanish flag, so there we go, remember to do that. So, hey, listen, we're not going to start calling football here, that's for sure. And having said that, I'm actually watching football right now. The English women, known as the Lionesses, they're out there playing Ireland just now, and they're winning 1-0. This is the qualification for Euro 2025, I think it's held in Switzerland. So there we go. They haven't been doing too well, but they're winning so far today, so that might help their chances. So anyway, here's me saying we're not going to talk football, and what did I do? I talked football. Anyway, Declan, I'll throw it back to you, and all I'm going to say is, if you've got any kind of, sunshine dance, you hear about people doing a rain dance to get rain. If you know any sun dances, make sure you do them. Do it several times before you come over here next month, because we've been having terrible weather. Having said that, today was wonderful. We had a summer day today, around about 20, 21 degrees centigrade. And quite a little bit cloudy now, but we're just getting these days here and there, which reminds us we are in summertime. Usually it's wet and windy. So, let's do some sun dancing so that August is a little bit better. There we go, Declan, that's your homework. 2 Whiskey Zero, Kilo Yankee Hotel from GM0, UUB Net Control. Declan, back to you, sir.
You'll put in some effort. Hi. From 2 Whiskey Zero, Kilo Yankee Hotel. And, again, looking forward to coming up to Scotland. Should be really enjoyable once again, and excitement is at a high. So, we shall go with that. So, I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to you, and you can go ahead and move along with the net. So, I'll say 73. Hope everyone has a great rest of the day and a great weekend. And talk to you soon, Graham. GM0 UUB from 2 Whiskey Zero, Kilo Yankee Hotel.
Very good, Declan. Well, it's always a pleasure, sir, and thanks once again for taking the time to stop by and getting yourself perched up there in your usual perch at the top of the podium. Well done. So we'll say 73 to 2 Whiskey Zero, the kind young ham Declan out there, and he will be on our non-RF linked system next Wednesday, standing in for Sean from Trinidad and Tobago. He's busy. He's a busy man. And so Declan will be doing the Coffee Net next Wednesday. So really looking forward to that again, Declan. Thanks so much for agreeing to that. So anyway, with that, let's carry on down the list, and we go to silver position and into there, second with a silver medal around his head. He's kind of getting used to that. It's DJ Dave out there in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor. Dave, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And by the way, thanks for your email. I've sent out some feelers for Monday, so we'll see what we can do. But we'll definitely get you covered. Anyway, Dave, that's the admin message out of the way. VE6DCV, Dave, the mic is yours.
Delta Charlie Victor returning. Oh, great. Sounds good, Ram. Thanks for that. Yeah, we're heading off to the zoo on Monday here in Calgary. That's not going to be so hot. No, Heather's not going to leave me with the orangutans or whatever. But then again, you never know. She might leave me with monkeys or whatever. We'll see how it goes. If I'm not here next week, you know where I am. Anyway, nice day all the way around. Can't complain. Did not make it to Stampede this year. I don't think we will, period. Busy. We're off to dinner tonight to a friend's place, and then we're tomorrow we're off to another friend's place. So basically, the key word is we don't have to cook dinner for the whole weekend. Just got to worry about breakfast and maybe lunch. That's the way it is. I went up to the eye doctor today just to get measurements for my glasses there. As I do, so I should be getting that in a few weeks. Of course, the prescription, a little more power to them, so that should help things out. Other than that, it's amazing, in terms of frames and what have you, It's amazing what goes around comes around. They showed me a pair, kind of squarish with the cross. But anyways, I haven't seen a pair of those since, just started wearing glasses when I was about 8, 9, or 9, 10, whatever. I haven't seen them since the 80s, 90s type thing. Oh, wow, I couldn't believe it. This particular thing is back in style. The kids love it, and it's, wow. There you go. Just one of those things. Anyways, everyone have a great weekend. Here we are, end of the week, beginning of the weekend. Take care. Back to Net Control.
Very good, Dave. Well, it's a shame to be missing Stampede, but anyway, enjoy your trip to the zoo. It's been a long time since I've been to the zoo. Our local one here is obviously Edinburgh Zoo. It's pretty big. The only downfall on it is it's basically built, I think, on the side of a volcano. It's on a very steep hill, so it's quite difficult getting round, I have to say. I remember even when I was younger, I remember getting very tired just getting around that place. But anyway, it's a good place. We've got a safari park nearby as well, which is much easier because you can drive around. You can drive right through and see all the zebras and the giraffes and the lions and the tigers and everything else out in the field, and you can just drive on by, hoping that they don't jump in your car and pull off your mirrors or your aerial or whatever. So yeah, keep your ham antennas, take them off before you drive around the safari park. That's my advice anyway. And fine business, Dave. What did you mention there? Oh yeah, glasses and fashion and everything else. It's true. Not I'm a big kind of fashion guru or anything else, but even modern stuff, we call it modern, like the modern mobile phone. It used to be kind of snazzy when they brought in the flip phone, and then all of a sudden it's like, who wants a folding phone? That's a bit strange. You want something slimline and all the rest slip in your pocket. And now obviously the new, was it the Z phones from Samsung or whatever? Anyway, not that I've got one, but the flip phones are coming back. The kind of Star Trek style, flip over and beam me up, Scotty, that kind of thing. So, yes, even modern things, fashions change very, very quickly and come back. So it's kind of strange. But anyway, there we go. Well, good luck with the new glasses. You reminded me, I really should have been years since I've had my eyes tested. But, I've kind of figured my prescription hasn't changed. I do kind of, take a wee kind of gander and they look at, things in the distance and reading and everything else, and making sure everything's fine and sharp. So I don't think it's changed, but anyway, I should get them checked. Anyway, before we go on, Dave, do you have anything else for us, sir, before we move on? And Josh, please stand by. You're up next, sir. Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor. Anything else, sir?
Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor returning. Yeah, our Calgary, there's quite a bit of walking around too, but I got that scooter there, so beyond that, I let Heather use it a little bit. She drives like a... No, actually, she's pretty good. So, everyone take care. I don't have too much more to add in fashion and stuff. That's crazy what kind of goes around again. Flip phone, yes. I think those are sort of making a comeback, as you said, in terms of just a simple old, with the... have to dial the number and no pop-up screen. Although I think they have a few little apps that you can use, so they've modernized it a bit. Anyways, everyone take care. Have a great weekend. We will talk to everyone soon. I'll pass it back to Net Control and have a good weekend from Calgary. Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor. Sam, Helen, do take care.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Dave. And, well, you and Heather have a fantastic visit to the zoo there. And I like how you changed your story where you were talking about Heather's driving in the buggy. I think maybe you were in danger of a scud to the back of the head. But never mind, I think you survived, sir. I think you got off with it, and you can maybe help yourself by giving Heather a wee Scottish squeeze from myself and Helen, if you don't mind, and maybe you'll get off with that one. So good stuff. Anyway, Dave, take care. Thanks for all you do as one of our moderators, the IRN as well, and helping people people out in our channels getting all trusted in and stuff. So good stuff. So thanks, Dave. We'll let you go and have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and tell us all about it afterwards. That's absolutely wonderful. So we'll say 73 to Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor, and we're going to come to there we go. We're back on the shores of the UK, and that's where we find our friend Josh. I was going to say with his bright, shiny new call sign, but hey, it's a few weeks old now. I think he's been using it quite a lot. I can see some dents in it. It's a wee bit tarnished. Oh, no, I think, Josh, it's about time you polish it up, sir. But good to know that you've been using it well, that's for sure. Mike 7, Papa Oscar Victor, from GM0, UUB Net Control. Josh, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And what's been happening, sir? It's over to you.
From M7POV. Good evening, Graham. Before I start with what I'm going to yap on about, could you just add my mum on the list of the proxy check-in? Mike 7 Kilo November Oscar. Thanks, Graham. And yeah, I haven't got no more traumatic incidents of me not being able to go to the beach and Mum and Jacob going without me. No more of those, luckily. The weather's not been as good. This morning, actually, it was only for about an hour though, but it was torrential rain. It was horrible. It was a constant downpour of like really heavy rain. I had to get on the bus soaking wet to school. It was horrible. What else? Jacob's watching a movie currently in bed. Mum's downstairs on the phone with my grandma, so I don't think she's going to get the chance to check in this evening, because when she goes on the phone, don't tell her I said this, but when she goes on the phone, she takes hours. She's very, very long talker. Yeah, we've been not too busy. I mean, Mum's been busy homeschooling Jacob. I've been reasonably busy at school, with end of year tests, all things to do with that. And then exciting, this coming week we have Enrichment Week. So lots of school trips and activities planned for them. So that'll be good. Last week of school, and then on Saturday we're leaving for our 2-week holiday down in New Forest. And then, not in New Forest, messed that one up, didn't I? We're down in Hayward Heath. And then we've got a long weekend down in New Forest, I think a couple of weeks after that. So we've got a lot of camping over our summer holidays. I'll hand it back to you, Graham, from M7POV.
M7 POV from GM0 UUB. Well, thank you so much, Josh, and thanks for sharing. Absolutely wonderful. And well, sorry to hear about all your rain. We've had a fantastic day. You know, we've got a wee bit of summer here, a wee bit of summer there, and today we definitely had a wee bit of summer here. So as we're around about 20 degrees centigrade. Indeed, it's still. Oh no, my things changed. Oh, it's gone down to 16 now. But never mind. It's, as you know, it's 25 past 9 in the UK here. So it's kind of going down, but we've got a nice sunset there outside. I can see through the window. You can't actually see, I'm looking south, but I can see by the colour of the houses and the trees and everything out there that there is a little bit of redness in the sky. So that's meant to be a good thing. But the forecast is for maybe a bit more kind of rain tomorrow. So we're just picking pieces of the summer as best we can, and today was one of those days. But yeah, we haven't really had a proper summer yet. So hopefully when you go on holiday, I think you said in a week or two's time, and go camping, especially camping, I really hope it's much improved weather for you there, Josh, I really do. And if it's not, I'm sure you'll make the best of it and have a bit of fun anyways. That's always good. Anyway, just between you and I, no one else is listening, sir. And we'll not tell anything about your mum and when she's on the phone and how long she can blether to her mum. But I do remember the same when I was your age. My mum would talk to her mum, and it would go on for a long, long time on the phone. And even if they met each other that day, spent a fair bit of the day together, they'd still phone each other in the evening and have this really long conversation on the phone. And it happened every single day. And I just couldn't understand, what have they got to talk about? They've been talking, yesterday for an hour, and today they've met for 3 hours, and now they're talking again for another hour on the phone in the evening. What's going on? So yeah, I think these things just might be generational and passed down. But anyway, we shouldn't really criticise. We're in the radio kind of blethering, so there we go. Anyway, M7 POV from GM0 UUB. Thanks for sharing, sir, and back to you for anything further.
Yeah, she does with my aunt a lot as well, but I'll give her a bit of lenience for that since she does live about 2 hours away. The rest of my family do, so my nan and granddad live about 2 hours away with the rest of my aunt, uncles, and believe it or not, 42 cousins. That might sound a bit ridiculous, but I do actually have 42 cousins. I have 7 aunts and 7 uncles on that one side, and then my mum's other parents, my grandma and grandpa, she's on the phone to my grandma at the moment, who lives about 20 minutes away, and mum goes to see her every Wednesday with Jacob. It's quite unfair, really, and I've been hearing about all his puddings that he's getting treated to by his great-grandparents, all his nice dinners and puddings, 3 puddings apparently, strawberries and cream, and then 3 servings of ice cream. So lucky, lucky boy. Not much else to add, I don't think, Graham. Hope everyone else on the net having a good Friday, have a good evening or afternoon. Hand it back to you, Graham, from M7 POV.
Oh, fantastic, Josh. Well, thank you so much for being there and entertaining us with a little bit of family news and everything else. That's absolutely wonderful, and it's great to have a big family like that. I have to say, it really is. But the Christmas card list gets awfully long. It really does. So anyway, no trouble at all. And I lost my grandmother many years ago. But as a child, I do remember going to visit her and her dinners that she made and everything else. Just a really nice kind of Sunday roast chicken and her gravy was just something else. All I can remember was no one's ever made gravy like my granddad. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe someday we'll get that taste back. But or maybe this is a child who just tastes it. I'm not too sure. Anyway, there we go. Always good fun, really is, and great memories there for myself, and great activities and experiences that you're going through as well. With having a big family is great, lots of fun. So good stuff. Anyway, Josh, enjoy. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well. And thanks again for taking the time to stop by here today. Really do appreciate that. And say hi to your mum, and we do have her down as a proxy check, and Mike 7 Kilo November Oscar Bex is on the list. So thank you so much, Josh. You take care, sir, and we'll say 73 to M7 POV, and a big hello and hi to K5RLR. That's our friend out there in Spring, Texas, also known as Randall. Randall, happy Friday, sir, and how are you? The microphone, it's all yours.
Well, good evening there, Graham and Queen Helen and Brother Scott out there and everybody else. K5 RLR. Well, not a whole lot going on here, Graham. Just taking it easy one day at a time. Still waiting on the power and stuff to come back on. As I mentioned, luckily, part of the issue should be fixed tomorrow in the sense of that giant tree that fell over. At that point, won't have to worry about it anymore because it won't be overhanging the neighbor's house. But unfortunately, there still might be a good bit of rain to head our way, and that could potentially make things a little worse. Hopefully not, but, we'll see. Other than that, doing pretty good. Sugar has been quite needy. Hi. She decides anytime I sit down, she wants to come up and put her paws on me and want pets. And again, what lovely dog doesn't? Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening, and I will go ahead and throw it back to you. GM0UUB from K5RLR.
K5RLR from GM0UUB. Graham here, Net Control. Randall, thank you so much. And yeah, thanks for the critter report as well, of course, folks, on this particular net especially. We do like to have a critter report and hear about your furry friends or feathered friends or, well, whatever they might be covered in, friends. It's up to you. They might have scales, they might have, I don't know, slimy skin and all the rest. We like to hear about your critters, so do let us know. And of course, we always say Randall is, of course, the checker-inner with the cutest critters on the net. His lion head bunny rabbits there. Yeah, if anyone thinks they can top it, I keep on saying this every single week when Randall checks in, but if you think you've got a cuter critter, and can get the cutest critter of the net status, then please do send me some pictures of your cute critters. My email's good in QRZ, or post them, even better, post them up on the Facebook page of the International Radio Network. We always like to see them and share them, and see if you can beat Randall's critters there. So there we go. Anyway, with that, Randall, well, I have to ask, how long have you been without electricity there, sir? And thank you so much for taking the time to stop by today, because you must be kind of busy trying to kind of recover after the storm and everything else. So really do appreciate hearing from you and knowing that you're safe and well. So yeah, how long have you been without electricity, and when do you think you're going to get it back? Do you have a generator that you can kind of get things kind of rolling through the time when the electricity is down? So you can tell us. K5RLR, if you don't mind, Randall, back to you, sir.
M0UUB from K5RLR. Yeah, matter of fact, that's kind of why I moved a little bit from where I was sitting when I first kicked in, because I figured it might be just a tad loud. Kind of surprised you couldn't hear the generator in the background. Hi. Yes, we do have one. It powers the essentials, so to speak, such as the refrigerator and freezer, so we don't lose the food. However, I'm sure there will still be somewhat of loss from it. Overall, though, we've been without power now since 6:30 Monday morning. And the potential for power to come back on may not be until Sunday the 14th, so in a couple days, or possibly a little longer, depending upon what the electricity company, power company, whatever you want to call it, finds as far as to their transmission lines and everything. So hopefully it will be Sunday. If it happens to be earlier, then obviously that would be a blessing. And of course, if it happens later on, then, well, there will be probably a couple $100 more in gasoline just to run the generator. So it is what it is, but at least we have a little something for now. And that's about it. That's what we're focusing on as far as being the good that has occurred out of everything. Other than that, guys, hope you guys have a wonderful evening. 73s to all. And, of course, yes, the bunnies, they are doing well. A little confused on all the cords everywhere, but, hey, that happens. 73s, guys, to you and Queen Helen. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. GM0UUB from K5RLR.
Very good, Randall. Well, once again, sir, thank you so much for stopping by while you're going through all the troubles you are as well. I really do appreciate hearing from you. And, well, we are thinking of you and really do pray and hope that your power supply gets back up and running even before Sunday. But glad to hear you've got the generator there. We didn't hear it in the background. But anyway, since you moved, your audio has gone up. So maybe the generator was causing a wee bit of an issue there. But you're sounding yourself again. And yeah, so anyways, it's good at least you've got the generator there to keep the essentials running and everything else. But yeah, it sounds like it's a kind of costly business to do so. So anyway, Randall, please, you take care and stay safe and stay well. Give all your critters, you can't name them all, but give all your critters a wee Scottish squeeze from myself and Helen, and that'll be absolutely amazing. And they have a wonderful weekend, and they hope their power is restored very, very soon. So take care, sir. Stay safe, stay well. We'll talk to you again very soon. We'll say 73 to K5 RLR. And with that, we're going to go and see what's happening with Will out there in Oklahoma. And well, I was going to say Oklahoma City in Oklahoma. KJ5 GWN from GM0 UUB. Will, good to see you again there, sir. How are you? And happy Friday. The microphone, Will, it's all yours.
Thank you, Graham. Things are going well with me, except that it's hot, very hot. It's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, it's over that now. I think it's like 96, 97 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that equates to in centigrade, but math was not one of my strong suits, so I digress. Everything's going well here. I just been listening along to the net, and hope Helen had a positive result on her test last weekend. So, been praying for that. So, but nothing new here. So back to you. This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November.
KG5 Golf Whiskey November from GM0 UUB Net Control. Well, thank you so much for stopping by again this week, sir. And thanks for remembering and asking. We went over to a place called Falkirk. It's not far from here. It's like a 20-minute drive. And this Forth Valley Royal Hospital we go to. And because of all the kind of backlog, I mean, Helen had to wait 8 months for this MRI scan, and they've now started working through weekends and evenings and everything else. So yes, Saturday evening, not far off 8 p.m. Last Saturday we went off, and anyway, it was very smooth. We were taken in straight away, no problem at all, and home not too late whatsoever. So, but no results yet there, Will. So we were hoping to hear the consultants giving a wee telephone call to Helen this week. But now we are here Friday at 20 to 10 at night. So we don't expect anything until the earliest next week. So no results yet, but at least it's happened. And hopefully we'll hear something soon. But thanks for asking, Will. I really do appreciate that. It's awfully good of you. KJ5 GWN from GM0 UUB. Back to you, sir.
Okay, I was just wondering, and I knew she was going in for that test on Saturday. So anyway, I'll turn it back over to you. This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November. We'll be listening.
Will, thank you so much. And Helen, Queen of Scotland, has just come through and said, I did have a wee meltdown in the machine. Of course, I've never had one of those MRI scans or a CT scan or anything like that, but apparently you are kind of, if you suffer from claustrophobia in any kind of way, which I do, you're kind of in this wee cylinder, and you have to do breathing exercises. They tell you breathe in, breathe out, hold your breath, this and that, move there. And so she did have a wee bit of a kind of a panic attack at the start, but got herself together, and the radiographer at the end of the day said, no, we've got very good images, no problem at all, and so it's all good stuff. So that was good. But anyway, well, thanks again for asking, and thanks for being there. Thanks for taking the time to stop by the net today. Really do appreciate that. And well, you have yourself a wonderful weekend. and stay safe and stay well, and hopefully we'll speak to you again very soon. So we'll say 73 to our friend KJ5GWN, and we've got a proxy from M7KNO, and then I can see a wee check-in on the AIM window there on our net logger, so I can go straight to, I'll be going for another round, I'll start that again. I will be going for another round of check-ins very shortly. But first of all, folks, we have added to the bottom of this list Victor Echo 3 X-Ray Delta Bravo. That's our friend Doug out there in Kitchener in Ontario, Canada. So Victor Echo 3 X-Ray Delta Bravo, welcome, sir. How are you, Doug? Happy Friday, and the microphone, it's all yours.
UUB from VE3XDB. Good evening, Graham, and hello, Helen in the background. Hope all is well with you. We're doing just fine here. We went for a nice walk this morning and went to a local Vietnamese restaurant for lunch, which was very nice. And just sitting at home now. It's raining a bit, so we're just kind of sitting in front of the radio. And just had a very kind of quiet afternoon. Tomorrow we're going to a ham fest in Milton, Ontario, which is about an hour's drive from here. So that'll be fun. I'm meeting a friend there, and I'm also meeting another ham who I met on the air operating CW. So we're going to try and meet up there tomorrow. And I think you know Lewis. I heard today that from him I saw a post on Facebook from him that everything is fine, that they're fine, and that they suffered damage. Their shed was crushed by a tree, but their house was undamaged, but they're unlikely to have power until next week. So that was just an update on Lewis. Anyway, back to you, Graham, from VE3XDB.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Doug, for stopping by today. Really do appreciate that. And talking about you do have a really nice kind of selection of restaurants around your neighbourhood there. In fact, we're not too bad. We've got a good selection as well of places to go, and there's always a new one cropping up here and there. We don't tend to go out as much as we used to. Myself and Helen used to go out an awful lot, but more recently, maybe just with Helen's health, we're kind of more kind of just kind of waiting to see where things are going and stuff. But it's you have some lovely restaurants there, so it's always good to hear. That's for sure. And though I have to say, you mentioned about Lewis and his conditions there and all the rest. Not too sure. Was that a post went up on our Facebook page? I don't recall seeing that. So, can you elaborate a little bit more? Victor Echo 3 X-Ray Delta Bravo from GM0 UUB.
I think that was on the Canada Hub Facebook page. And Lewis, is it KB3 RJL? That might be his call sign. I've spoken to him several times on the Canada Hub. I'm not sure that maybe you don't know, but he lives in Houston, so they took the brunt of the hurricane. He actually posted the tracking of the hurricane versus his house, and it passed right over top of his house. So that's what that's all about. And I mentioned earlier in the week that I've installed the new version of All-Star Link, and I'm using it right now, connecting in to the IRN. So it seems to be working just fine. Back to you, Graham, from VE3XDB.
Very good. Well, thank you for the clarification there, Doug. And RGL, I can't remember what the prefix is, but Lewis, we have spoken before. and I've heard him many a time over the years indeed. So good stuff. Well, glad he's doing okay. Yeah, and yeah, I saw your post and saw some of the links and how to get hold of the new All-Star software and everything else there. So, my expertise, sir, is a little bit limited. So, without some assistance, I wouldn't try it by myself. I mean, I might manage it. I might manage to update everything, and you just never know. But I think I would always need to have somebody maybe standing by just to maybe sign into my computer and finish things off. So, well, things are working fine. I'll just leave them alone. But let you guys go and experiment and update and do the different things. But you're sounding great, I have to say. And I did read up. There's more kind of functionality. I saw a list of things that you're, as kind of add-ons to what was there before. And I have to say, didn't see anything on the list I would kind of say, oh, I need to have it because of that. So there we go. But there's maybe I'm just making excuses for not updating. What do you think, sir? VE3XTB from GM0 UUB.
Well, it's the thing I like about it. The functionality is pretty close to the same. I don't think there's a great deal of additional functionality. They have this new landing page, and you can actually get into the terminal through the landing page. So you don't have to use PuTTY, or you don't have to SSH in. You can get straight at your node through the landing page if you want to do it that way. So that's one thing. But the other thing that I like is they were using Debian 9, I think, which is ancient and couldn't be updated. It was out of support. So, and they were using Asterix version 2 or something from 15 years ago. So the new version of All-Star Link has Debian 12, which is the newest version of Debian, and is based on Asterix 20, which is the newest version of Asterix. So it should be supported going into the future, and it won't blow the system up if you try and update, which it didn't in the past. Anyway, have a good night, Graham. All the best. This is VE3XDB. Back to you.
Very good, Doug. Well, no, thank you so much for the information there, and especially the bit about if you stick with stuff in the past and all the rest. So at some point, someday will come that it's not supported anymore, and all of a sudden things go awfully quiet. So, but like I say, I think I need to look into a little bit more before I go and do any kind of updates and stuff. I might be able to manage it, but I think it probably need a little bit more guidance. So thank you, and maybe I'll reach out to you at some point in the future as well, just for a bit of support to update things. So good stuff. Anyway, in the meantime, thank you, Doug, and glad everything's doing well on your side of things. Thanks for all you do for the International Radio Network as one of our admins, and of course the Sunday Net as well. And it just gives me a chance once again just to remind people that the International Radio Network has two main platforms. One is this multimode system with our analog and digital connections going out onto RF around the world, and of course licensed only operators. But of course we do have several hundred non-licensed operators. We've got thousands that are licensed, but several hundred that are non-licensed operators that make use of our TeamSpeak and Zello platforms, and we've got various links and connections there, but no RF goes out whatsoever, so unlicensed operators can come on and learn about amateur radio, the etiquette, and we put on several nets throughout the week, and people enjoy participating in them just to give them a flavour of amateur radio. Hope that they'll be inspired to go and get their licenses. And of course, Doug is not just an admin, but he's also a net control and one of those nets in the Sunday evening net. So all the details on our website, allthews.irn.radio. You can catch up with Doug there as well. We love to have amateur radio operators checking into our nets that are non-RF linked as well, because it really does inspire the unlicensed members. It really does. We do like to have support, which we do get from many people. Thank you so much. Anyway, Doug, after that bit of waffle, do you have anything else for us? VE3XTB, back to you, sir, before I go for another round of check-ins. Back to you, Doug.
Oh, nothing more here, Graham. We'll have fun tomorrow at the Hamfest, and you have a great weekend. And by the way, Gareth is also running the new version of All-Star Link, so I'm sure he could give you some guidance if you wanted to do anything. All the best, 73 from VE3XDB.
Very good. Yeah, so I saw that in the messages earlier, actually. So, yeah, so rather than have anybody having to sign into my PC to help me, yeah, I can maybe just grab a Gareth, because he is kind of local here, and they drag him across the river and into the house here, and they get him to help me. Good stuff. Good idea. There we go. Got that in the diary. Hi. Okay, well, thank you so much, Doug. You take care, and you, Leslie, have a wonderful weekend, and yeah, enjoy tomorrow. Enjoy the ham fest and everything else. And don't spend too many. Oh no, just spend as many pennies as you like. Why not, sir? So we have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and well. And we'll say 73 to Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Delta Bravo. That does bring us down to the bottom of the list. So, this is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo is Graham here, Alloa, Central Scotland. It's the International Radio Network's KB1 Multimode Net, and it's Friday, it's the 12th, it's July, and it's 2024, and we're looking for some more check-ins. If you want to check in, you know what to do. It's a call sign. Please make it slow, phonetically, and twice. Call now.
Victor Alpha 6 Tango Bravo Oscar. Victor Alpha 6 Tango Bravo Oscar. Ted Medicine Hat.
November 9, Kilo Golf Charlie, and 9 KGC, Ray. Golf Mike.
Kilo Delta 9 Zulu Golf Zulu. Kilo Delta 9 Zulu Golf Zulu.
Okay, folks, let me tell you who I do have. I missed at least one. So on the list, we do have Kilo Delta 9 Zulu Golf Zulu. Joel, you're on the list. Mike 7 Lima Golf Mike Thomas, you're on the list. N9 KGC Ray, all the way from Evansville, Indiana, you're on the list. And we do have at the top of the list our friend Ted out there in Medicine Hat. We've got Victor Alpha 6 Tango Bravo Oscar, and you're on the list, sir. We did have, I think it was a Golf 1. You were very quick and a wee bit scratchy. So the Golf 1 station, can you come back with your call sign and make it nice and slow and phonetically, and please make it twice. The Golf 1 station, go ahead.
Golf 1, Echo Papa.
Go Papa.
Okay, I think there was a final letter in the suffix there. I got Golf 1 Echo Papa. We're missing a letter, sir. Golf 1 Echo Papa. Can you come back with your final letter there, sir?
Echo
Thank you for the relay there, sir. I appreciate that. But I did manage to hear that. So, Golf 1, Echo, Papa, Delta. That's, I believe, is Derek, and a brand new check-in. So, Derek, thanks so much for being there. And, yeah, please stand by. We're with you very shortly. It'll take a few minutes. We have just 4 before you. But, Derek, please stand by. And, yes, if you can turn the power up a wee bit, we might stop any kind of dropouts and we can hear your full conversation. So please stand by, Derek. G1 EPD with you shortly. Let's go to the top of this list and we find our friend Ted out there in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. Victor Echo 6, Tango, Bravo, Oscar from GM0, UUB. Graham here, Net Control. Ted, welcome once again, sir. Happy Friday, and what's going on? The mic is yours.
Well, thank you so much, Graham. Yeah, happy Friday to you and everyone on the net as well. I'm not sure what it's like in the rest of the world, but it's been hot here. Today is actually not too bad. We haven't quite hit 29 degrees, which is about 10 degrees cooler than it has been throughout the majority of this week. So I'm sitting in the backyard here with the dog and just trying to enjoy the outdoor life rather than hiding from it. Like I said, it's been warm, been pleasant though for the most part. I know the other parts of the world, Texas for instance, been having some issues there with storms and people are unable to get online, loss of power. So still fairly fortunate here, hot but happy. Not too much to report. I was just considering being an in and out, but I did think I would drop a line and say hello to you, Graham. And with that, I'll send it back to you. Over.
Very good, Ted. Well, thanks so much for not being an in and out. Goodness me, it's great to hear you, sir. It really is. And thanks for taking the time to stop by. And of course, me being the kind of nosy kind of person I am, I've had a quick look at your QRZ page there, sir. And, we always like a wee critter update. And you did say you were out there with the dog. And we love to have critter updates on this particular net. So I'm just seeing you do have... some pictures up there as well. Absolutely wonderful, great stuff. I love people that keep up to date with our QRZ page, and we can have a wee kind of glimpse into what's going on with them. But you did say you love your critters, and at the time of writing, you had 2 dogs, Matty and Josie, and technically an orange cat.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Philmont Mobile Radio Club Trot Time.
My best pal,
I call sign is W.
And he's got a Herman. He happens to be a female tortoise. It was always male to start with many years ago, but it ends up being a female tortoise. And it's quite an age now. So that's the only other Herman I know as a critter. So anyway, with that, any more critter reports? Back to you, Ted. And thanks for being there. Victor Alpha 6, Tango Bravo Oscar from GM0 UUB. Back to you, sir.
Graham, I don't know what to tell you about the critters. They're split right now. My wife is in Regina helping her mother do some work there. So she's taken Josie, the 1-year-old puppy, the rambunctious, never low on energy, bouncing everywhere kind of a puppy. And I've got the old border collie here with me right now, and she's having a drink of water, trying to stay cool. One thing I have noticed about this hot weather does not suit me in particular is that I've been getting up at 6:30 in the morning just so I could go take her for a walk. I mean, at 6:30 in the morning, I used to drive to work, and I don't know how I ever managed to do that. But now I'm up at 6:30 just to walk the dog and beat the heat, and it makes for a longer day. And there's a nap in order somewhere in the day, maybe coming up very shortly. And with that, I'll send it back to you, Graham. Always lovely to hear you and the net, and I'm glad that things have worked out for Helen as far as getting the MRI done. And we hope for the best for results. And back to you, 7-3 to everyone on the net, and I'll be clear. Victor Alpha 6, Tango Bravo Oscar.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Ted, for taking the time to stop by and not being in and out. We don't mind in and out. We like to know people are there, but we like to have a wee, a quick QSO as well. And no, that's wonderful pictures you have of your two dogs there as well, and your QRZ page. Absolutely brilliant. So thank you for doing that. But anyway, Ted, in the meantime, we'll say just keep cool and stay safe, stay well out there. And oh goodness me, what was something you said there, and it's right out my head there, sir, so we'll just let that go. Must have been a lie. Anyway, Ted, we'll just wish you all the best for the weekend. Have a wonderful one, stay safe and well, and we'll speak to you again very soon. And of course, give the old collie dog there a wee squeeze from myself and Helen. That'd be an amazing thing. So thank you so much, Ted. We'll say 73 to Victor Alpha 6, Tango Bravo Oscar. With that, we're going to go to the author of ZMR Land, and that is, of course, Ray out there in Evansville, Indiana. November 9, Kilo Golf Charlie. Ray, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And the microphone, it's all yours.
GM0UUB. This is N9 KGC. Well, I'm already home tonight again. I made it home early. It's only 4 p.m. My time here in the Midwest. And when I first turned this on, I heard Doug, VE3XDV, talking about the new All-Star. I'm using All-Star at the moment right now, connecting to the radio list All-Star node on the Raspberry Pi, but I'm using the R-Finder. I think I've connected this way before, but that's what I'm using again right now. And so I just thought I'd mention that. I'm not using that newest version of All-Star that he was talking about, though. But anyway, that's how I'm connected, so I hope it's working. And it's raining out over here today. We had rain on and off most of the day, but didn't affect me. I was working inside today. Anyway, back to you, Graham, from N9 KGC.
Very good, Ray. Well, you're sounding great coming through your All-Star direction there, so I wasn't sure if you were there or on your ZMR channel, which I checked this morning, all the various cross-links we have in TeamSpeak and Zello and everything else, and the TeamSpeak to All-Star and whatever, and everything was fine last night, and just about half an hour before the net, had just a double check, and they saw that all the different various links are looking for an update. Now, of course, when they look for an update, you think, well, it's fine. They still work until you whatever. But sometimes when they look for an update, you find the traffic just goes one way. So I thought, I've got a few minutes. So, so for just for the multimode sections for our kind of All-Star to TeamSpeak and our TeamSpeak to ZMR and our TeamSpeak to the IRN Zello channel, I just updated them. So just before the net, so I wasn't sure if that's the way in which you were coming in, but obviously not. But hopefully it's all working in that direction too. But thanks so much, Ray, and I really do appreciate you being there. And what's your plans for the weekend? Are you heading out on any of your bikes, or what have you got planned for the weekend, sir? N9 KGC from GM0 UUB.
Well, thanks for doing the updates there on the link. Thanks for maintaining the link with the ZMR 851900. We appreciate that. I almost got on that way, but I had the R-Finder with me in the shop today. I don't know why I took it with me. I hardly ever use it outside of the house. But I had it with me while I was working, so when I was walking up here to the house, I just switched over to the All-Star, to your All-Star node here for the IRN, because I have it in a memory. I have it in a macro, which is like a memory, so it was just easy to connect that way. Otherwise, I would have been on the 851.900. But for the weekend, I'm actually going to work tomorrow on Saturday. I was off all day yesterday. I did a 290-mile ride on the motorcycle yesterday. Round trip, 290 miles total. I guess that's 145 each way. Went down into southwestern Kentucky and came back. And I stretched that ride out. I went back roads the whole way, took the longest way around, real slow traveling on those back roads, 40 40 to 50 miles an hour tops. So I made a whole day of it, left here at about 8:30 in the morning, and I guess I got back around 4:30, probably around this time, a little after 4 in the afternoon. So I was off yesterday. I'm going to work tomorrow. Other than that, nothing else planned, nothing for Sunday. Be taking it easy on Sunday. But I think the weather's going to be good here. So I'll give it back to you, Graham, back to Net Control from N9 KGC.
Very good, Ray. Right. Listen, that sounds fantastic. Okay, just two questions for you, sir. Just two. It is a rank 2 net, and we have roads over here, of course, in Scotland for motorcyclists, and I know I keep on showing an awful lot of excitement about motorcycling whenever you're on and talking and which bike were you using and this and that. And I've never been on a motorbike. My e-bike is the best I've done, my e-bike. But yeah, there's just something about it quite magical, but I can understand it. I can understand just getting out there in the open road, and of course the position you're in, you're higher up than you are in a car, you can see more, and you can feel the wind and everything else, and they just enjoy the experience of some twisty-turvy roads. And there are several various kind of rides here in Scotland which are, roads that are very, very attractive for motorcyclists to get out there. And they always take in lots of twists and turns and all the rest, as well as some wonderful views. So it seems to be that a nice kind of twisty and turny and a few straights and everything else is very, very appealing to the motorcyclist, as well as having some open air and good views as you're going along. So I presume that's the same over your direction. That's kind of the ride you were on yesterday. And yes, and with that, also, which bike did you choose? Do you have when you decide to go out on a 290-mile ride, do you kind of look in the garage and you think, well, which one am I going to take out today? Or do you have a preference you always go to? So there we go. That's two questions or two things just posed towards you, sir. N9 KGC from a very nosy today, GM0 UUB.
Well, I'll tell you, if I'm doing anything near that long, like anything over an hour-long ride somewhere, I take that black cruiser bike, that black V-twin cruiser, that Lycon. It's the most comfortable of the bikes I have, and it's really great for those kind of rides. Those other sport bikes, I've never had one on more than about a 50, maybe 60-mile ride top. They're just not quite as comfortable. And, I'm not as young as I used to be. But although I am younger than I'm ever going to be. But the cruiser bike is just not, the cruising bike, the black cruiser, is definitely my first choice for anything that long. And yeah, the roads I took yesterday were kind of picked for that exact reason. It was a good mixture of straightaways and turns and rolling hills. The rides that I hate the worst are on the interstate, because every mile looks like the previous mile. It's just flat. You're at the same RPM. You're never shifting. I don't enjoy that at all on the interstate. But yeah, the back road's much more enjoyable. So yeah, anything that long, I always take that black cruiser. Hope that answers it. Back to you, Graham.
Very good, Ray. No, it certainly does answer it, and when I hear myself talking to you, I kind of think maybe I'm a kind of motorcyclist that I kind of that's just missed the opportunity. But Helen used to do a lot of motorcycling. She was a motorcyclist in her younger days, and everything else. And I kind of said to her, well, you can go on the motorbike and all the rest, but on the A9 here, one of our main roads from kind of central Scotland up to the north, where I was born in Inverness, there were so many accidents involving motorcyclists, and it was, I just didn't think it was too safe, and I said, well, I wouldn't be too happy if you go back onto a motorbike. So she never has done, not because I said no, just the opportunity hasn't arisen. But yeah, it's just something I've never done. So maybe I think I'm missing out. I'm not too sure. We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe I'll have some kind of, I don't know, second or third or fourth midlife crisis, and I'll buy myself a big 1,000cc Kawasaki or something and get out there. I'm not too sure. I don't think so, Ray. I'm only kidding. Anyway, thank you, Ray. And it's always a pleasure, sir. And thanks for sharing and painting the picture. Really is awfully good. So you take care, sir. Have a wonderful weekend. And sorry you're working, but oh well, there you go. I know you don't have to go too far for work, so that's not too bad. But have a wonderful weekend anyway, sir. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll talk to you again soon. So we'll say 73 to N9 KGC. And with that, let's go and find out what's happening with Thomas. We're coming all the way back here to Englandshire. There we find our friend Mike 7, Lima Golf. Mike. Thomas, how are you, sir? And a happy Friday. And the microphone, my friend, it's all yours.
Golf Mike, Thomas. I ended up winning a radio for standing out. I get to go to gateways on the air because, all the gateways were about an hour away. So, yeah, I managed to activate 3 gateways and I sort of managed to activate 3 gateways going out and about. And, so I sort of won a radio, Yates to FT70D, DRDE or something. Still sort of tearing my hair over trying to get DMR gateway to work. I've just been adding TGIF and things, but I'm sure I'll work it out. Back to you from M7OTM.
M7LGM. Well, Thomas, first of all, congratulations. Hey, listen, I never win anything. Goodness me. I got a check through the post just a few weeks ago, and from I'm kind of ashamed to say this, but anyway, maybe I'm just kind of getting to that kind of age, but there's all these different lotteries for all different things, and things you can support and whatever else. And anyway, I joined this. It doesn't cost much, a monthly kind of contribution to Age UK. And because I was thinking, hey, listen, as I'm getting older, that's a fantastic charity that does so much great stuff. And so I thought, well, I can support them, and also maybe I'll get a win. And so I got a letter through the post just about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And they had said it's from Age UK, and they opened it up, and the top of the letter said, "You are a winner. Find your cheque below." And I thought, oh, yeah, what have I got? Is it the £1,000? Is it the £5,000? And no, it was £5. I got a fiver. So there you go, £5. And honestly, that is the biggest win I've had for probably decades. So anyway, Thomas, congratulations, all the best, and absolutely wonderful. And Yaesu radios are great. I'm using one right now. It's a Yaesu FT5D, and the FT70 is a fantastic radio. You get yourself onto C4 FM and everything else, and you'll have a lot of fun with that, sir. You really will. So it's a great radio. M7LGM, congratulations once again, and back to you, Thomas, from GM0 UUB.
7LGM. I sort of started just buying. I've only bought one radio, a Wotion KG UV9D, which I'm using now for about £50. The second-hand, the other 2 radios, I've been given a DMR radio and a hotspot, so I've got a DMR radio I've been given. And just the other day I've ended up winning the gateways on the activator of the like top activator of the event or something. And I've ended up with a Yaesu radio. So I've only bought one handheld, but I've ended up with 3. Back to you from M7LGM.
Oh, that's brilliant, Thomas. And I know you haven't had your license for like an awful long time. I think it was earlier this year you got licensed. So sounds like you're having an awful lot of fun and also an awful lot of good luck there. But, all the best with all these things. And, of course, if you do have a hotspot there, you'll probably be able to, on the Yaesu radio, on the C4 FM, you can do kind of YSF to DMR and YSF to other things as well. So, there's various things you can do. So you've obviously got your DMR radio already, but on the YSF side, through the hotspot, you'll be able to do even more. But having said that, many of them, the main links, all kind of come into the same kind of place. But you'll have a lot of fun. You really will. And there's plenty of people out there who'll give you lots of advice and help if you at all need it to help you direct the hotspot and everything else using the FT70. But lovely radio. And it's great news that you've got it there, sir. Really is. So thanks for being here today, Thomas. And anyway, I'll throw it back to you one more time. Have you anything else for us? And what's your plans for the weekend there, sir? Any plans? And I don't know what your weather's like. We have a great day today. So the weekend's meant to be okay. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, anything planned for the weekend there, Thomas? M7 LGM from GM0 UUB. Back to you, my friend.
My dad and I are thinking maybe going to the Rempton Steam Fair tomorrow. I think they're also doing sort of helicopter rides, so we might or might not do that, depending on what where we decide to go and where we decide to do the helicopter ride or not. That's everything. Thanks for doing the net. Back to you from M7LGM.
Well, Thomas, that sounds really exciting. So, hey, listen, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Whether to take up the offer of a helicopter ride or not, do enjoy the weekend. And if you do go helicoptering and all the rest, take some pictures, put it up on our IRN Facebook page. I don't know if you're a member there, actually. Anyway, if you want to join, if you're not already there, I think you might be. But I'm not in a position right now to check that out. But International Radio Network does have its own Facebook page there, and we love members just to post up pictures of anything they're up to, their critters and any activities. So that would be absolutely wonderful, especially if you were up in a helicopter. So there we go. Anyway, Thomas, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and we look forward to speaking to you again very soon. And enjoy the FT70. It's a great radio, really is. So all the best. We'll say 73 to M7LGM. And with that, we're going to go and speak to Joelle. I think maybe I haven't pronounced that correctly, but good to see you again there, sir. Kilo Delta 9, Zulu Golf, Zulu, welcome, happy Friday. And the microphone, it's all yours.
Good afternoon, Graham. Good afternoon, everybody on the net. So warm out. We're here, 81 degrees, and I just wanted to be a check-in. I'm one check-in. And I have a question for you after the net, Graham, if you can stay around, about the radio network.
No problem, sir. This net sometimes goes on quite some time, so we've been here for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Sometimes it can go on to kind of close to 3 hours. be valid for many people. So I don't know. I don't know what your question is. But I don't think it'll be too personal. So please feel free. It is a ride to net. We don't mind the conversation going to and fro for a wee while. And the next on the list is Derek, a brand new check-in, and hopefully he's still there. So Derek, please stand by. But no, Joelle, if you have any question whatsoever, unless you think it's awfully private, please feel free to ask. Back to you, sir. KD9ZGZ from GM0 UUB.
Radio network, and I've been watching it on YouTube and stuff, and I've been looking at those, and the network radios can, what would be a good radio for that, to do most of the work, but for that kind of, just do the international radio network contacts.
Right, so you're asking about an actual network radio, which there are many options out there. We've got Enrico and various devices out there. I've always gone Enrico, I have to say. The T320 was always a fantastic device. Although my latest preference is the Enrico, it's an S300. It's got a much larger kind of screen, a much larger display there. So when I'm doing my kind of admin duties and all the rest, my big thumbs don't make too many mistakes. So that's always a good thing. So Enrico is always a good thing to go for. But I haven't experimented with too many various network radios. But there's a lot of good stuff out there. And on YouTube, you get an awful lot of advice as well. So there we go. But anyway, my radios of choice right now is the Enrico S300. But there are newer ones. There's things out there, and I really can't comment too much. So, anyway, that's all I've got for you there, sir. And don't know if that's any help whatsoever, but I'm sure you'll fish around, and like I say, YouTube is a great place to ask questions as well. You get lots and lots of reviews and different things out there for the various types of equipment. So, anyway, does that help at all there, sir, or have I missed the question altogether? KD9ZGZ from GM0 UUB. Back to you, my friend.
My question, can I ask one other question, or make a comment to one of the, if he's still on the air?
Well, of course, sir, that's no problem at all. Please go ahead.
N9KGC.
Call sign, sir, but I did hear my call sign. Go ahead. This is N9KGC. My name's Ray.
My name's Joey. Call sign over here is Kilo Delta 9 Zulu Golf Zulu. Is there any way you can contact me after the net, please?
You should be around here. I'm going to listen here through till the end, and I don't think I'm leaving the house tonight, so I should be here. Yes, give me a call after the net's over.
Back to you, Graham.
No problem, sir. And like I say, the net sometimes does go on for some time, but you just never know. It's summertime, people are on holiday, but it could kind of close down quite soon, or it could go on for another hour and a half. But anyway, sir, I've just checked your email's not on QRZ, but I do know that N9KGC Ray's email is good on QRZ. So if you aren't able to contact him over RF and over the radio here, I know Ray wouldn't mind if you want to send him an email. His email is good on QRZ, so no problem at all. But no, we like to make connections, that's for sure. So no problem, and thank you so much for being there. And you take care and stay safe. And if you're looking for information about network radios, I do know that Ray there, N9KGC, he's done reviews of lots of different network radios and everything else. And you'll get a lot of good advice from him, that's for sure. So, yeah, it's a good man to reach out to there, my friend. So you take care. And have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well. We'll say 73 to KD9, Zulu Golf Zulu. And with that, let's go and see Derek. And Derek, I hope you're still there, sir, all the way from Newcastle upon Tyne in Englandshire, G1 EPD. Derek, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And the microphone, my friend, it's all yours. How are you, sir?
First thing, can you hear me okay now? I've ramped this up to 50 watts, which is the maximum on this FTM 200D. Over.
Well, nothing heard. We'll just carry on and see if there's... No, Derek, we can hear you loud and clear, sir. We can hear you loud and clear. I know you're a brand new check-in. I shouldn't have used that on you, sir. But everybody that knows me knows that if you ask for a report, I'll always come back with that just for a wee bit of a chuckle. I'm trying to get away from it, sir. I'm in therapy. I'm trying to stop doing this. It's a very, very bad habit. But there we go. I just did it again, and so the therapy's not working. No, Derek, we can hear you loud and clear, sir, and welcome. This is GM0UUB, is Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland. This is the KB1 Multimode Net, and Derek, we're here every single week, and it's great to have a brand new check-in. So welcome, and happy Friday once again. G1 EPD, straight back to you, sir. Derek, welcome.
Graham. Yes, I've had to buy this FTM 200. I blew the 7250D out of the water. When I looked at the price of the chip, the RF chip, I thought, no, not a chance. So I just went and got this one. Mainly on HF, VHF, UHF, you name it. Just stumbled across this banner. It just kept locking up on it, so I thought, right, we'll have a go. Next time I call in another time, it'll be via the computer, I think. I'll just find that easy enough. So, yeah, I'm not going to hold it long, Graham, for obvious reasons. I don't want to stress this. The setup here is basically VHF bilinear, UHF beams up and down, or vertical and horizontal. And yeah, the main interest, of course, is magnetic loop antennas. I'm well into those at the minute. Over.
Very good, Derek. Well, we look forward to many discussions as time goes on with the magnetic loop antennas and everything else, and what you're doing with that. Well, this net, Derek, is a RAG2 net, so we don't mind a bit of conversation going back and forth before we carry on down the list. Having said that, we are at the bottom of the list. We will be going for more check-ins very soon. But Derek, don't go too far, because when new people check in, we do this net every single Friday from 9 p.m. UK time, and you can our website for all the different connections is allthews.irn.radio. That's IRN for International Radio Network. Radio, just to give you a wee reminder of how you can connect several different ways. And we're also connected to the Extended Freedom Network, which has many more various ways, analog and digital, to connect. So anyway, Derek, we are here every Friday. But good to hear you there today, sir. And we just have a wee bit of a rag tunette and a wee bit of catch-up. How's people doing? This and that, blah, blah, blah. But we do have one question. We do ask people for a wee critter update. And so I have to ask you, sir, as a brand new check-in, Derek, do you have any critters in your household? They can be welcome or unwelcome critters. You could have rats in your basement or and bats in your loft. Or you could have a dog or a cat or a goldfish that are very welcome. But we do like to have a wee bit of a conversation about critters. So, Derek, do you have any critters in Derek's life? I don't know. You can tell us. G1 EPD from GM0 UUB.
I have two fairly large tubbies. One coming as a stray, where we don't know. The other one we got as a gift. Well, you can call it a gift. I think they own us more than we own them. But he's telling me now that he wants feeding. So yeah, absolutely beautiful animals. I love cats. Wouldn't be fair to get another dog. They're both not cope very well with dogs. Right, Graham, as I say, I'm going to go and feed this big fella. And guys, thanks for letting us in. And you, Graham, thanks for letting me in. And you'll no doubt hear me again. G1EPD, wishing you a very, very good evening.
Well, thanks again, Derek. Really do appreciate that. And you are the first brand new check-in of today. And over the last 2-3 months, we've had anything from 3 to 8 brand new check-ins every single week. But over the last couple of weeks, I think, I don't know, people are on holiday or whatever it might be. We just had a wee bit slower. But no problem at all. But you're the first brand new check-in of today. So thank you so much, Derek. And like I say, we are here every week, and thanks for the wee critter report there. And if you don't mind, sir, if you can give that big fella a wee Scottish squeeze from myself and my wife, MM7HQS, that would be absolutely amazing. And have a wonderful weekend, stay safe and stay well. And Derek, we look forward to speaking to you again very soon. So we'll say 73 to G1EPD. That does bring me down to the bottom of the list. So, this is GM0 UUB. It's Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland, your net control for the international radio networks, KB1 Multimode Net. We're looking for some more check-ins. You know what to do, folks. It's your call sign. Slowly, phonetically, and, of course, twice. Please, call now.
Control, this is Kilo India 7, Papa Kilo Lima. Control, please recognize Kilo Charlie 7, Yankee Foxtrot Echo, Kilo Charlie 7, Yankee Foxtrot Echo. Right, you're here, brother.
Ah, fantastic. Well, Net Control recognises our very good brothers out there in Oregon in the United States. Of course, one is in Roseburg, one's in Portland, Roseburg, KC7YFE. Dale, great to see you there, sir. And Roy, Rockin' Roy out there in Portland, Oregon, KI7PKL, the top of the list. And guys, well, you know, Roy, I think I did it to the last Morning Net on your portion as well. And I want to say thank you for coming in and being the kind of cricket basher for the day today. So I thought, oh goodness me, was it going to be crickets there? I'm not too sure. Anyway, Rock and Roy, welcome sir. KI7PKL from GM0 UUB. Welcome, Roy, and happy Friday. The mic is all yours.
Good evening, Graham, and everybody on the net. Yeah, you know, nets have been getting slower lately. Everybody's net. And, yes, definitely today I thought I was going to get crickets for sure, and then my friend from Central Scotland came and rescued me. So we've been, you know, a good deal of my net today was just 2 by 2. Kind of like Noah, you know, he brought them in 2 by 2. And this time you got a pair of like nearsighted old hippies. Oh man, you got 2 males, so you're gonna have to kick one of them off the ark so the other one can have a female with which to propagate the species. I don't know which one you're gonna kick off the ark, though, man. This is not gonna go well. I pause. Just a tired, cranky old guy. Man, I've been staying up till 3 in the morning. Good deal of the time for the past couple of weeks. And I'm getting to where I can't even think straight. I am not kidding. Last night I should have been out with the telescope, but I was so darn tired. And I knew I had 2 nets to do today, and so I never set the thing up. I went to bed at a decent time. And actually I won't say I feel human, but I feel at least humanoid. I'll settle for that. Anyway, got some images this past week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it's been, and I'm working on processing them now. There's nothing new. There are actually a couple of things I did last year, but hopefully we did them better this year. I guess we'll see when I get done processing them, won't we, huh? So, also, rumor has it that we're going to be doing an absolute tech net this coming Tuesday. And so, yeah, I got to get on the stick and get some presentation stuff for that, because that net, you got to do some presentation. You just do. So, anyway, Graham, we'll send it back your way. Oh, and I'm so happy to say the heat wave is over. Big sigh of relief. Back to you, Cash Up, PKL.
KI7 BKL from GM0 UUB Net Control. Well, thank you so much, Rock and Roy. Goodness me, and well, I'm also very glad the heat wave is now over. I don't think we've really experienced what a heat wave really is over here on this side of the pond. But goodness. Anyway, I was reporting we had a summer day today. We don't have summertime, we just have summer days. You know, from day to day, we've got a nice day, but in between times it's wet and windy and horrible, and snow in the hills and everything else. That's our summer of 2024. It's incredibly poor. It really is. Anyway, today was great. We had 20 degrees centigrade, maybe 21. I think that's kind of like, 68 to 71 Fahrenheit or something. And, yeah, absolutely wonderful. Not too much wind. It was great. I was out walking the dog and everything else. It's good. We just have to enjoy summer, well, when we can, goodness. But anyway, Roy, well, thank you. What was I going to say? Now, a couple of things I had for you there, sir. And the first thing was, I was kind of monitoring after you finished the Friday net, and of course, people out there, Rock and Roy is the voice of Friday on the Alaska Morning Net, which happens every single day of the week. Please feel free to share more information there, Roy. But I heard you nattering and chatting to somebody after the net, and I was busy. I was just doing other things. But you were talking about, is there an app on the phone to go into All-Star? Let me just take a wee pip. GM0 UUB Net Control continuing. And, you know, when I was hearing you talking there, I thought, yeah, there is. There's an app called, I don't know if you've seen that there, Roy, but it's called a radio phone. Is it radio phone? Let me just check. I've actually got it set up right now. And, no. Oh, goodness me. What's happening? Oh, I've got messages. Well, that doesn't help. No, repeater phone. Well, no, I'll just take another wee pic. I need to change my microphone to my left hand. Just hang on, Roy. GM0UUB continuing, and yeah, so yeah, it's a thing called, just get there, yeah, it's repeater phone. There we go. It's repeater phone. There's an app called Repeater Phone which does get you direct access to all-star nodes, and it's an absolutely fantastic app. And like I say, I've got it loaded up and actually ready to go on my iPhone right next to me, because sometimes my local Wi-Fi does go down. It takes a few minutes to get restarted, and so I'll move on to Repeater Phone. That's what it's called, Repeater Phone, and just keeping it going while my Wi-Fi gets restarted. So yeah, so I did hear that question earlier there, Roy, so I thought, oh, listen, if you check in later, I'll give you that information. Hope it helps. KI7PKL from GM0.
This looks pretty cool. And I can't tell you if I've heard of this before or not. You know, there's so many things with similar names now. They're all starting to sound alike. But this looks very cool. It is a pay app, and the way I'm set up right now, it's going to be a challenge for me to get a pay app. But there are ways that could be done. And yeah, this thing looks like just a ticket. I'm just looking at it here on their webpage. There, it connects to All-Star, and it also connects to Echolink using Relay, Proxy, or Direct. So, this, you know, haven't tried it, and I'm going to have to ask if anybody on the net has used it. Maybe somebody is, but it looks like just a ticket for an Android user. Back to you, KI7PKL.
Very good, Roy. Well, I can definitely recommend it. Like I say, it's my standby. I've got it loaded up. I've got my favourites there. And if my Wi-Fi went down here, it takes about maybe between 2 and 4 minutes to kind of reboot and get the All-Star nodes kind of reconnected and get back onto air proper. So it's just sitting here. I can use the mobile phone network and go straight using the repeater phone. I just go straight into the All-Star node 552360, or I've got 2197 there. There's a Extended Freedom Network, which is connected permanently as well, and any of them work really, really well. So sometimes when the Wi-Fi is going down and I've used the phone, the repeater phone link there, app, people have said, oh, hey, you're sounding better there than you were before. Well, fine. But of course, I do prefer to use the All-Star because I can kind of hear what's going on. Hi. So good stuff. But no, it's a great app there. So I do recommend it, and it works awfully well. Like I say, it's my backup. If my Wi-Fi goes down, that's the app I use there. KI7PKL, back to you, sir.
Didn't quite catch on at first then, so I do know someone who has it, and I probably talked to someone who was using it. So, very cool. Yes, I'm going to have to go through some process here so that I can get paid. And there's some other paid apps that I want to get to. So, whole other topic about that. But anyway, yes, I probably should give this a try because it looks like something I might use. And same as you. I always want to have some kind of backup. And usually I use DB switch going into my node, which gives me full duplex. I pause for a moment. To self-destruct. I normally use DB switch going into my node, which gives me full duplex. But I always have an HD sitting close by, so I can either go to the node through RF or even go to the local repeater too through RF if if I need to. So, but I could replace 2 apps with this, and it might even work a little better than the other app. I will find out when we test it. Thank you so much, Graham. KSM, PKL, back to you.
No problem, Roy. I really do. They don't mind sharing that whatsoever. And I do see. I hope maybe Scott will check into the net, but KY4NB is active on the AIM window there, Roy. And he's saying that the actual repeater phone app it does work well, but it uses up the battery awfully quick. So he kind of tends to use Echolink because it uses the battery less. So there we go. I didn't know that, I have to say. And when I use repeater phone as a kind of backup here, the iPhone that I'm using it on is always kind of plugged in. So I don't have to worry about battery issues or anything. So it's not something I've noticed. But good observation there, Scott. Thank you so much. And maybe Scott will check in shortly as well. But great stuff. So anyway, Roy, do you have anything else for us? And I think you said you're going to be guest appearance on the Absolute Tech Net on Tuesday, I believe it might be. And I like to check in there just as I like to check in as a person that's there listening and learning. But if you're actually going to be talking, I might just check in and stand by to. Just to annoy you. I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. KI7PKL, back to you, Roy. Anything else for us, sir? Great to have you here. Thanks for taking the time. From GM0 UUB.
We've done a couple of those, and they were both pretty fun. And a subject I like talking about, and I talk about it too much on ham radio sometimes, but there's a time when you're supposed to talk about it. So there we are. So that should be pretty fun. I'm pretty sure that Ed KS7ROH will also be there. In fact, he may actually be the net control. I'm not sure, he has been a huge help to me, just helping me get back on track with the hobby. And, it just should be a lot of fun. And, we're going to talk about, various little topics along the way, too, when we get crickets, which often happens there. Maybe a little bit about how you can try astrophotography with the DSLR, if if you're so inclined. We might talk a little bit about that nova that we're waiting for it to explode, T Corona Borealis, which could start going off any day, or it could be months from now. You never know. And possibly a few other topics. So anyway, hopefully it will be a good time for everybody, and gearing up for it. Back to you, KSM, PKL.
Very good, Roy. Hey, listen, I know I have to move on, but just that last comment you mentioned there about something's just about to explode. Now, I've seen this on YouTube, and, the first time I saw it, and I think maybe it's the thing you're talking about, I'm not too sure, but there's this kind of live camera that's on it all the time. And the first time I saw it, it was kind of very much suggesting it's happening right now. Just watch the screen. And I think I managed to watch it for, I don't know, maybe an hour or two, and then I thought, hey, listen. Then I looked at the history, and oh, goodness me, the same image was there for weeks before. So I was kind of so intrigued. So is that the kind of thing you're talking about? But there's a live YouTube thing looking at something that's just about to explode and do everything else. But hey ho, it's not going to be in the next. Well, probably not in the next few minutes. So go and make your cup of tea and get on with your day, and come back there and check it out. Is that what you're talking about, sir? KI7PKL. That's some time I'll never get back in my life. From GM0 UUB.
Know about the YouTube channel now. I'm going to have to look for that. That would be, I've got all these, computer monitors going all the time anyway. That would be a nice thing just to have up on some monitor all the time, you know. You just say, whoa, what's going on over there? You know, that kind of thing. So, and I've actually, every night that I've had the telescope out, I've actually pointed the telescope over there to take a look. But, you know, obviously I can't monitor it continuously. But anyway, I paused. There is what we call a binary star system. That's where you have two stars that orbit each other in some degree of proximity, maybe real close, maybe not that close, but they orbit each other. And here we have one of the stars is a white dwarf. This is a star that has pretty much burned out, but it hasn't gone out yet. It's still shining, but it's not anything like its former self. And it's extremely dense. If you had a teaspoon full of material from this star, it would weigh several tons. It's very dense. It has a lot of, it's about the size of an Earth, but it has the mass of a star. So yeah, very dense. And its binary companion is a red giant, red dwarf, one of those red stars anyway. And this white dwarf is literally pulling material from the other star away and into it, and it has what we call an accretion disk, like a black hole has, kind of a swirling spiral of material going. Why am I talking with my hands on the radio? A swirling spiral of material that's getting sucked into the white dwarf. I pause. You know, explain the, yeah, but Tuesday I will, but off the top of my head, I'm not even going to try to explain, you know, the details of what's happening here. But anyway, when enough material gets pulled off of the other star and sucked into the white dwarf, you know, there's kind of a difference in pressure and so forth, and anyway, it kind of heats things up and it explodes. This particular one does this about every, I think it was 70 years, they said, and it's due to go off this year, but, you know, we don't know accurately when it's going to happen, so, you know, presumably sometime this summer is about the best estimate anyone has, but anyway, Clem, I'm glad you're not still there, still there waiting for it to happen, seriously, but, yeah, that would be a neat thing to have up. Back to you, KI7PKL.
Oh, thank you so much, Roy, and thanks for the explanation and the description and everything else there as well. It's so fascinating. You know, it does remind us just how kind of insignificant we are when you think about the galaxies around us and the universe itself and how many galaxies are actually occupying it. And goodness me, just what's going on? It's something else. Roy, it's great to hear the discussion. It's great to hear everything. And, you know, when you're describing that, I think I used to think I was a kind of a bright star as well, but just not quite the same shining. So, yeah, well, I don't know if I'm going to implode or explode or whatever it might be. But anyway, time is going on, that's for sure. Roy, it's always a pleasure, sir. Thank you so much. Do you have any final comments for us before we go to our friend Dale, just next door to you there, KI7PKL? Back to you for any final comments.
I think I'm too bright of a star. I might be more like one of those brown dwarfs. Anyway, Dale, good greetings to you, my friends. And with that, we'll say 73. Thanks for great QSO and an awesome net. This is KI7PKL. Back to net.
KI7PKL, Rock and Roy. Well, thank you so much, sir. So, always great to talk to you, sir. And yeah, happy Friday. I love a Friday. I can talk to you in the Alaska morning net, and then you come on this net, and oh goodness me, it's always great. So good stuff. And anyway, we'll say 73 and have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well. To KI7PKL. Oh goodness me, that nearly rhymed. I'll need to work on that later. Anyway, Roy, take care, sir. And with that, we're talking about shining stars. Well, we can't get a better shining star than our next checker inner there. That's our friend Dale, all the way from Roseburg, Oregon. So our second star from Oregon, and he's shining bright, and we say welcome to Kilo Charlie 7, Yankee Foxtrot Echo. Welcome, shining bright Dale, the star, and this is GM0UUB. Happy Friday, Dale. How are you, sir? And the microphone, it's all yours.
GM0UUB in the group, KC7YFE here. Good evening, everyone. And first of all, I want to thank you all for a good net, and thank you all really for being here. Especially Roy, who we just heard from. And I may possibly get to put the eyeball on him if I can catch him on the way back. But anyway, we're just kind of hanging out and reworking a project I've been kind of working on a little bit. I have a couple projects around here. Not in household stuff, but in the studio, they're doing a little bit of a slideshow or two just for kicks. Yeah, I'm working on some of my drum chops and most of the day, which I can make get back to work and do. You're ready and get a couple three more in and get some of it out. So. Or at least get some of it done anyway, and then finish up whatever I need to do tomorrow, and work on it throughout the week. So, not much going on. Thanks for getting that. Back to you, Graham. How you been doing?
Oh, thanks so much, Dale. Great to hear you, sir. And I have to say, your audio at the beginning, I don't know what it was. It was a kind of echo. Not like there was audio from the background or anything else. It was on the signal itself. So we heard yourself, and then we heard yourself again, just a few milliseconds later. It wasn't too bad. Didn't destroy the copy whatsoever. But towards the end of the over, it was much better. So I don't know what that was all about there, Dale. I noticed it on your check-in. So anyway, that's absolutely okay. We're copying you 100%, and thanks for being there. And we're doing fine here. We're doing fine. We're making the best of what's meant to be the UK summer. I don't know, Dale. It's a day here, a day there, and today was actually wonderful. Sunny and 20-21 degrees centigrade. Not too much wind, a nice wee breeze there, and everything else. So, but then tomorrow is going to be something different. So, it's really strange. I just wish we had a bit of kind of consistent weather, just dry weather for a few days in a row, please. Anyway, we're hoping and praying for that. That's for sure. But anyway, Dale, great to hear you there, sir. And I said to Roy earlier when I was on the Alaska Morning Net, I've been kind of very negligent on all this kind of music stuff there, Dale. And it's been, I said weeks, but maybe even a couple of months since I picked up the guitar. So I did that yesterday. I picked up the guitar and I was trying different things, and it just kind of reminded me, I think I need to have a bit more practice. All the kind of getting the chords and everything else. So I was messing up in the strings and whatever. So I need to do a little bit more work there. But anyway, no gigs planned or anything else. It's all for fun. But I just haven't done enough practice there, sir. So that's my ambition for the next few weeks. Do a little bit more practice on the guitar. But anyway, Dale, always good to hear from you, sir, and I'll pass it back to you, KC7YFE from GM0UUB.
Thank you again for being here on the net, and I'm just trying to get everything dialed in right, and I did it one time just a little while back, but how I got it set up, and I'm running the EAD 10 via auxiliary through into the electric drum set, and then running all that from the electric drum set over to the to my sound console or mixing board and recording station, the 24 track, and then I'm just have to record one track, and everything's right there. But I was just trying to get the auxiliary volume turned down a little bit and a little better adjusted. Because the last time it sounded like it was near over the track I was, or the loop I was playing with or working with there. So yeah, I've heard about this repeater phone, and yeah, I guess it costs some money. But I didn't realize battery or heat it up really fast. Here real quick before we move along here.
Very good deal, and well, thank you so much, and I'm so glad you're having a lot of fun in the studio there and doing different things and all the rest, and goodness me, Dale, I don't know, are you able to send me any of your the music you're kind of producing there and everything else? I'm not too sure, and all the copyright issues, this and that, I'm not too sure, but anyway, Dale, honestly, really do appreciate you taking the time to check in and say hi to this net. And they also want to say thank you for all the nets you do and all the nets you support. You're out there and looking after an awful lot of other nets and supporting them as well. And it's so amazing. And Dale, your work for amateur radio as well as music is so much appreciated. It really is. So thank you so much, Dale. And looking at the AIM window, I think we do have a wee check-in there from the Texas Kisser, KI5SSR. So, yeah, Jeanette, please stand by. Let me throw it back to Dale just one more time. Any final comments, sir, before we go to the Texas Kisser? Goodness me. You just have to, I was going to say something, but I'll refrain. KC7YFE from GM0UUB. Any final comments there, Dale? And thanks so much for being there.
Not much more, but yeah, I'm going to have to figure out a way that I can get a hold of one of them all-star or what they call RF nodes or something like that, and try running work on RF once in a while. But other than that, we'll just say 7-3s and Cat5SSR. Jeanette, my condolences on the loss of both your cats there. Did you hear about the last, I think it was Skippy that passed away, and then you lost Purple earlier. My condolences and our thoughts go out to you in this time of loss there. So with that, GM0UB, Net Control, and the rest of the group. This is KC7YFE. He's going to sign it back to you and the Friday International Multimode KBM Net.
Well, my friend Dale, thank you so much for being there, sir. And yeah, that transmission again was absolutely perfectly copyable. There was no problem whatsoever. Heard you 100%, but there was some kind of echo just now and again. I mean, especially towards the beginning, it kind of went away towards the end. But whenever you were speaking, there was like an echo of your transmission. Just right behind your voice, and it's not coming from anywhere else. It's coming from the source. So anyway, I don't know. Just want to give you that report, sir. But no problem whatsoever. It was 100% copy. nothing at all there. But just something I've never heard before from yourself. So just wanted to let you know that's happening. So good stuff. And thanks for your comments and everything else. And Dale, we wish you all the best. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well. And we'll say 73 to our very good friend, KC7YFE. And with that, we're going to go and speak to Jeanette, and I think Jeanette recognises the comments from Dale there. And can I also just associate, that's the word, goodness me, Jeanette, I was forgetting the word there, associate myself with Dale's comments towards yourself. And Jeanette, thank you for being there. So we'll welcome, we'll say 73 to KC7YFE, and welcome KI5SSR. It's Jeanette, it's Texas Kisser. Jeanette, welcome, happy Friday, and the microphone, it's all yours.
Thank you, GM0UUB, and thank you, Dale, KC7YFE. Yes, I've lost 2 cats in 2 weeks. I do not have 11 cats anymore. They're going down, and I can tell you that Skippy, I guess might have been sick, but he was my fat cat. That was my dog cat, too. Somebody came to the door, he would growl. I'm going to miss that, and I do. And I had to make a decision just like, bam, Monday. I had to make a quick decision because all of a sudden he just couldn't eat. And there's nothing worse than seeing a fat cat sitting there, can't pull out his tongue to get a drink of water, and he's just sitting there crying, and he couldn't eat or drink. And I tried everything. We gave him IVs that didn't make any difference, and they said his numbers were like they have never seen before. And there was a treatment that I could try, but they told me not to. So they just said it isn't going to be good. So I just had to say goodbye to Skippy, and I wasn't expecting that one. So, and I said it's hard to do this to a cat that looks good. One thing I will say on behalf of Skippy is pay attention when your animals start to lose a little weight. That was something we did notice. It wasn't much, but it was still 5 pounds on a 20-pound cat. So, behavior changes. We did notice that, too. I did take him to the vet last year, but, hey, things happen. Maybe he had cancer. That's what I'm thinking. But he had total kidney failure as well. So he's in a better place, and thank you to everybody. I haven't been on the radio. It's just been too difficult for me to talk until now. Let me reset. This is KI5SSR, and so we have to move on, and I have to live without him. So he is certainly won't be forgotten. And with that, I just would like to know, how are you and Helen doing? And how did her report come out, MM7HQS? I am curious. Go ahead.
Well, Jeanette, thank you so much for stopping by. And I know it's a very, very difficult time for yourself. And, all critter owners, which many of us are checking in on the net today, we all recognise just that difficulty, that's for sure. Anyway, first of all, thank you for asking the question. And yes, Helen did have her MRI scan last Saturday, which was really good. We haven't had anything back. There's been no phone calls, results, or anything else from anybody. So we're still kind of hanging on. So hopefully early next week we'll hear some information and make some kind of treatment plan going forward. So there we go. But anyway, Jeanette, once again, I just want to say, really do all thoughts and everything else, and about Skippy there and everything else, and kind of reminds them, as you said, it was kind of like felt too early. Just before Christmas there, around about November there, our black lab, and she wasn't that old. She was maybe 12, I think, and she was full of bounce and everything else. But he just went off her food and everything, and it was really kind of difficult. And we thought maybe she had some kind of ulcer in her mouth, and we took her to the vet, and all of a sudden we recognised she had a big kind of cancerous growth at the back of her mouth, and if we had if we had to make any kind of decision about moving forward for anything, well, goodness me, it would be a lot of surgery, a lot of reconfiguration of her head. That's what the vet said. And and this was a wee black lab who was never ill her whole life, never understood anything. Going to the vets was just for a few vaccinations now and again, and we thought, no, we just have to say goodbye. But it's a very difficult decision to make. But our critters, we love them to bits, but we are also responsible for making sure they don't suffer and don't prolong anything. So it's difficult. It's so difficult. So anyway, thank you so much, Jeanette, for being there. So let me throw it back to you, KI5 SSR from GM0 UUB.
GM0 UUB KI5 SSR, and I do remember when that happened. And sometimes you have to make decisions quickly. I wasn't going to make that poor cat sit by the water for another minute, not be able to drink, and I even got desperate and used the syringe, and he was 11, so and your dog, that's 12, is not that old, but yeah, sometimes you got to weigh it out, and that's what I did too. The best scenario, he told me, was I would have to give it an IV every day, and I'd already given it 2 IVs, and nothing even phased it, so there was I just loved him enough. Yes, have to love him and let him go, and that's the hardest thing for a pet lover to do, I can say. But thank you very much, and I do want to tell people that tonight we are having the 11 Cats Happy Hour. We're going to try to remain happy, and I have a special guest with the question today for the second round. We have 3 rounds on the 11 Cats Happy Hour. That's at 11cats.org on our website. The question of the day for our net is on there for tonight. You can check that out too. Lots of information's on there, like connection information, this net here, and other nets that we have also. We have the Saturday TNT. Both nets are at 7 Eastern Time. Also, we have the AFC, that's Amateurs for Christ Radio, on Sunday at 4 Eastern Time. So I will put the website in the window here, and on the front page that you will see Muscovy Cat and Purple. There's a little memorial down at the bottom. And if you've lost a pet or lost a loved one, you should read what it says. It may help to warm the situation or make you feel a little bit better. So check it out. And then I do want to remind people about the XYL Ladies Net. That's every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on the Roar Channel, Republic of Avalon Radio, Zello TeamSeek 3. More information is on the IRN network. And licensed or unlicensed is welcome. So more information, you can send Lillian an email. That's xylnetwork@gmail.com. And great.
KI5 SSR. Well, thank you so much, Jeanette, for being there. And oh goodness me, need to take care of some business here. But anyway, thank you so much. And it's great to have you there. And thanks for all you do for amateur radio community and everything else. And for the 11cats.org, I think that is your Facebook page, or no, sorry, your website to go to and everything else. But anyway, Jeanette, I'm kind of there's a couple of things happening here, so I'm just about to go for another round of check-ins. So Jeanette, this is your opportunity, if you don't mind. Let us know what else is going on with you and what's happening with different networks and everything else. And how to connect and everything else. If you don't mind, I'm going to let the platform go across to you. I just need a wee minute just to take care of some business here. If you don't mind, KI5 SSR, thanks for your help from GM0 UUB.
It'd be my pleasure GM0UUB KI5SSR. Yeah, so I also do the Alaska Morning Net, and they're on the Alaskan channel, but they on Echolink, but they're also called Fireside now. So a lot of nets that were on the Dewdrop are now on Fireside. So the admins had a little disagreement. So anyway, so Fireside is a new network, and they're big. So I noticed they had morning nets on there, different nets, and so they're working on their website right now. And I have some of their nets are on my they're on my website to check out as well. And on Fireside, just type in Fireside for Echolink, and that's also where the Absolute Tech Net is. So if you listen to it, check out Fireside. If you have All-Star, the same hookup numbers for the Dewdrop that you had will still work. So just something to know. And yeah, so that's what I have. I hope I gave you enough time. K6KJV, hello, Kev. And I'll throw it back at you.
Well, just about. KI5SSR. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Jeanette, for being there and taking up that time. I just had a couple of things to take care of there, so good stuff. Well, no, thank you so much. And yeah, I did recognise we were talking about the app earlier, the repeater phone app that you can have on your phone for direct access to All-Star links and everything else. And I did recognise when I was talking about that earlier, I had a look at my app here, and as I was looking down, I could see, well, right at the top of the list, I could see Fireside. So it's all kind of new. And I know it's going to take a wee bit of time just to kind of cement in, but anyway, I hope the user experience is going to be just as good, and keep up all the good work. So, well, thank you once again, Jeanette. But having said that, let me throw it back to you just one more time. And then I'll be back at my normal perch. KI5SSR from GM0UUB. Anything else for us? And hey, listen, what's your plans for the weekend? How about that?
Thank you, GM0UUB KI5SSR. I have that repeater phone app, I would just say, and it works well. Now, if you're going to use the All-Star end of it, you can use Echolink and All-Star on it. If you're going to use All-Star, you need to go to allstar.link. I think it's All-Star Link, I think it is. I don't know if it's .org or .com, but you can. The Absolute Tech should have that on their links in there as well. But or you can just type it in. You have to sign up for an All-Star account in order to use that All-Star. And to use it, you have to verify your call sign and your QRZ password. So if you don't know your QRZ password, you're not going to be. You have to have some way to prove that you are a ham radio operator. So I think that's how they make you do it, and I think that's what I did. So or they may make you send them a copy, but anyway, they'll give you All-Star number. They give it to you like the next day or so, just to let you know that. So. I think they give you 4 numbers or something, and you just use one. So, and that way, if you do get an All-Star node, you have to have that as well to operate your node. So you do need to register with All-Star, so do that. And let's see, this weekend, well, I go out and walk, and I am going to a meeting tomorrow, so I won't be on the Alaska Morning Net, but I will be the following week. And I did go fishing the other day. I did catch a crappie. I was wanting a bass, but I got a crappie. And then I went and we took our drones out to the lake yesterday, and so the lake is really full. So unfortunately, they did have a drowning out there, and took them a while to find the person. So they just found him. And so wear your jacket if you jump in. The guy jumped in without a jacket. So anyway, I hate that. But thank you for letting me get on here. It's been great talking to everybody, and I heard Josh out there, M7POV. Hello, Miss Bex, M7KNO. I hope to see y'all at the 11th Cats Happy Hour, Scott. All right, everybody have a great day. 73. Back to GM0UUB.
KI5 SSR from GM0UUB Net Control. Well, tonight, thank you so much for your assistance there as I was taking care of business elsewhere. I really do appreciate that, and thank you, Jeanette, and thanks for all the information. Really do appreciate that, and of course, 11cats.org, folks, all the W's.11cats.org. Lots of great information out there. And thanks again, Jeanette, for your support for this particular net. I really do appreciate that, putting the information there on your website. So, Jeanette, you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well. And we are all feeling for you with the loss of another cat there. Really do. But, yeah, it's difficult. It really is. But as critter owners, we all understand. So you're in the right place. Jeanette, take care, my friend, and stay safe, stay well. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll say 73 to KI5 SSR. And thanks again, Jeanette. Really do appreciate that. And with that, we are at the bottom of the list. So let's go and see if there's anyone else out there wanting to check in. This is Golf Mike Zero, Uniform Bravo, is Graham here with the International Radio Network's KB1 Multimode Net. Please check in with your call sign, slowly, phonetically, and twice. Please call now.
Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kevin in Valley Springs, California.
Yankee Charlie Victor. Mike 7 Yankee Charlie Victor from Apple.
That's Kilo Bravo 1, Uniform Papa Zulu. Bob in Springfield, Massachusetts.
November, Bravo, Robbie Ryan, Memphis.
Very good. Net Control recognises our friend John out there, Push Bike Mobile, just as an in and out. Well, John, you take care, sir, and yes, stay safe out there on the roads on a Saturday morning as you're doing your Push Bike Mobile. And all the best to you, John. Thank you. Always great to talk to you, sir. And, well, all the best. So we'll say 73 to VK3 HJQ, who's Push Bike Mobile in and out. So thank you, John. And also Net Control recognises KB1 Uniform Papa Zulu, Uncle Bob, the owner of the International Radio Network. And Uncle Bob, thank you so much for being there. You're on the list. We do have Kilo 6 King James version. That's, of course, a Rev Kev out there in Valley Springs, California. Kev, you're on the list. So thank you so much, Kev. You're the top of the list. But before we go to Kev, was there anyone else trying to check in on this particular round? We are always mindful of being connected to various platforms, and sometimes there's 4 or 5 seconds pauses and delays and everything else. We don't want to miss anybody. So was there anybody else trying to check in on this particular round? If so, I'll leave a pause and give me your call sign, phonetically and twice.
Yankee Charlie Victor. Mike 7 Yankee Charlie Victor.
Sean in Inverkip, west of Scotland.
4 November, Bravo, Bravo NB. I think I doubled the last caller there.
Okay, very good. Net Control recognises Scott out there in Memphis, Tennessee, the land of Elvis and everything else. KB1 Scott, you're on the list, sir. Thanks for checking in. We've got you there. And our friend Sean over here in Inverkip, MM7KIB. Sean, you're on the list, and thanks for sharing some wonderful photographs, by the way. So, Sean, you're on the list. Okay, well, with that, folks, let's go to the top of the list, and there we find our friend out there. It's Rev Kev out there in Valley Springs, California. It's Kilo 6, Kilo Juliet Victor. Kev, welcome to the net, sir. Happy Friday. God bless. Everything else. And how are you, my friend? And Hale, great to talk to you. Kev, the mic is yours.
Mr. Graham, it's been a while. This is K6KJV here in Valley Springs, California, where it is currently 111 degrees on its way up to 113. And I hope it don't get there. It's been high like that for the last couple of weeks, and I've been doing nothing but just hugging the air conditioner and drinking lots of non-alcoholic fluids just to try to stay all hydrated and everything. And Jonah, he's been going through all the water bowls. He can drink it up faster than I can fill it up. Yeah, not much has been going on other than talking on the radio and, you know, doing some things for the Lord. I haven't talked to you in a while. Sorry about that, but for some reason I just kept forgetting. On Fridays I said, there's something I got to be doing, and then I remember when it's too late. So, but here I is now talking to you, having fun doing it, listening to everybody on the net. I want to say hello to each and every one of y'all on the net, and sorry to hear about Mr. Ned's pets. And with that, I'm going to take and pass it back to you there, Graham, from K6KJV.
Very good, Kev. Well, hey, listen, you know, it's a hobby. We have to kind of come and go with it. We, you know, get hold of it now and again and do this and do that. And other times we are a wee bit distant and all the rest. But, you know, having said that, I do like, you know, just sitting here. I really do. And maybe I'm spending even more time on the radio because 2.5 years ago I managed to be very lucky to get retired so I can spend a little bit more time on the radio. Having said that, probably beforehand I still spent the same amount of time on the radio, but no, it's great stuff, it really is, and no, it's good. So anyway, you're always welcome, whether it's every single week or if you disappear for a wee while there, that's okay. You know, Rev Kev, we don't even ask do you have any kind of sickness notes, or can you explain your absence or anything whatsoever? You know, it's a wonderful place to be. We don't even ask that. But having said that, where have you been, sir? Do you have a sickness note? K6KJV from GM0 UUB.
GM0 UUB, Mr. Graham, this is K6KJV returning. Well, you know, my sickness is called being retired and just plain tired. Oh man, as I get older, each and every day just gets a little bit harder to wake up and get out of bed. But you know what? With the Lord's help, I do, and I take and try to do a lot of things for Him. He's been opening up doors for me to spread the gospel, and one of them is Mr. Dent and Mr. Mike. You know, over on 11 Cats, they started the Amateurs for Christ, and they were kind enough to invite me to come over and do a little bit of Bible study and trivia and quiz on Sundays at 1300 Pacific time. That would be 2000 UTC time on the 11 Cats conference, and so we have some prayer requests and testimonies. And speaking of testimonies, we had one gentleman that he had stage 4 cancer, and they brought the prayer request to us, and people from all around the world prayed for him, and he went into the doctor for his appointment one day, and he was cancer-free. The doctors gave him no chance pretty much to live, and miraculously, the doctors even said it was a miracle. So, you know, just doing things like that for the Lord's been taking up my time, and but I'm glad to do it. And I'm glad the Lord has opened up ham radio for me to spread the gospel, and I love it. So if y'all's got some time, swing by the 11 Cats on Sunday afternoon at 1300 Pacific and 2000 UTC. So with that, I will pass the mic back to you, Graham, G10UUB from K6KJV.
Well, thank you so much, Kev, for sharing everything, and always that fantastic story and good news and everything else. Absolutely wonderful. And I was, I think I did share with you the story that I was, very much going into the kind of preacher side of things. Evangelistic kind of the side of things back in my early 20s. But things took another wee turn, and ended up in working in health and social care and everything else. But my beliefs and my commitment and passion and everything else, and my reliance on the gospel has been true ever since. But I just haven't been as active for the last few decades, I have to say. So, anyway, the thoughts and the beliefs and everything else is still there. I know we don't need to talk too much about religion on the amateur radio channels and everything else, but it's always great to hear good stories, good stories. When we hear about people's health getting improved, doesn't matter what this might be is a cause. It's absolutely amazing thing and absolutely wonderful to hear. Thanks for sharing there. Do you have anything else for us there, Rave Kev from GM0 UUB?
Zero UUB from Cases KJV. Milligram, I remember your story, and like I told you before, I think the good Lord directed your path in your career, and you helped people out through that. So I want you to give your pets there a great big American hug, and also the Queen of Scotland. Give her a great big American hug if you don't mind. So with that, I'll take and pass the mic back to you there from K6KJV.
Thank you so much, Kev, and yep, we'll definitely give Laird Mac a big hug, and of course Helen, Queen of Scotland. Well, I give her plenty hugs, that's for sure. Well, I'll give her an extra one just from yourself. So thank you so much, Kev. You take care, stay safe and stay well. Have a wonderful weekend, and once again, Kev, thank you so much for taking time to stop by today. We'll say 73 to KI5 SSR. Oh, goodness me, K6 KGV, Kilo 6 King James Version. Sorry, I was getting confused on my netlogger screen here. I'm moving the cursor down, and all of a sudden we do have the owner of the International Radio Network, and it is, of course, Uncle Bob out there in Springfield, Massachusetts. Where have you been, sir? You normally kind of check in a short time and in the middle, try and get you on the podium, but goodness me, you're far away from the podium there, sir. KB1 UPZ from GM0 UUB. Welcome, Uncle Bob. How are you, sir? The microphone's yours.
KB1 UPZ returning. Well, Graham, it's like this. Well, say hello to you and hello to Helen and hello to everybody else that's here on the net. I don't know. I just put my head down upon on my back of my chair, and the rest is history. I had a cat nap. There was nothing too much going on at the time. We were having a late supper today. Otherwise, I would have been there earlier. But I did. I fell asleep, and shame all over me for that. Other than that, the weather here today is a lot cooler than it was yesterday and the day before that. We're doing okay, and Barbara's sitting on the chair right here with me. Not in my chair, but she's sitting in another chair, trying to get my attention. Other than that, we're doing okay, Graham. All the best to everybody. Back over to Net Control.
Okay, I think I've got it. Sorry, Uncle Bob. I heard your transmission, absolutely fine, but yeah, I think I was changing batteries there. So there we go. Anyway, KB1 UPZ. Well, thank you so much, Uncle Bob, and glad everything's doing okay over your side of things and everything else. And Auntie Barbara's doing fine, and good stuff and everything else. But goodness me. Sorry, Uncle Bob, I missed the last 10 seconds of your transmission just because I was having to change the battery. I could see the battery of my radio here was getting very, very low, so I had to go and change that. So missed the last 10 seconds. Anyway, Uncle Bob, what have I got to report to you? I have secured the special call sign, the special event call sign, GB0 IRN Golf Bravo 0 India Romeo November. So I've got that kind of locked in for January 2025, which I'll be using for the Friday nights in January 2025 to celebrate 5 years of the start of the this particular night. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, Bob. We've got GB0 IRN all locked in for January 2025 for this night. Anyway, back to you, sir. KB1 UPZ from GM0 UUB with a fresh battery.
I didn't know what happened. I was going to hit my radio with a hammer or something. I thought something might have happened. But no, it was on your end. The battery, you changed it and stuff like that. But I didn't say too much of anything, Graham, at the end there. I said I fell asleep sitting in the chair because it got so quiet in here. Just put my head down a little bit, and that was it. So about 25 minutes ago is when I woke up, and then I said, oh, my God, I'm missing the net. I said, no, I'll check in. But whatever. Yeah, things have been pretty good here in Springfield as far as the weather. I'm not dying from the heat like I have been. Other than that, we are going to sit down now and have some dinner. They were waiting for me to wake up. So I woke up. So back over to Net Control. All the best to you and Helen and to everybody else out here on the net. Back over to Net Control. This is KB1 UPC. Thank you much, Graham.
Thank you so much, Uncle Bob. Really do appreciate you taking the time to step in and be here today. Really do. Absolutely wonderful. And of course, if you don't mind, sir, just turn around to Auntie Barbara there and give her a wee Scottish squeeze from myself and the MM7HQS, Helen. That would be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And enjoy the rest of your Friday, sir. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe and stay well. Have fun. And no doubt speak to you again very soon. Thank you, Bob. And with that, we'll say 73 to KB1 UPZ. And going down the list. And where are we? Goodness me. VK3HJQ with a mobile check-in, bicycle mobile. And if you're still listening there, John, all the best to you, sir. Thank you so much. And anyway, next on the list is MM7 KIP. That's our friend Sean. So, Sean, how are you, sir? MM7 KIP from GM0 UUB. Sean, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. The microphone, it's all yours.
MM7 UUB, MM7 KIP. Good evening, Graham. Good evening, MM7 HQS, and to everyone on the net. Greetings from a not bad evening here. Weather-wise in Inverkip and west of Scotland, things are fine. Second week of the school holidays. We've been busy, we've been swimming, went to see Despicable Me 4 today, went for something to eat. Boys have been playing football, surprise, surprise. And it's all been fun. And my dear sainted other half has obviously been working very hard with things in school and exams, so she's taken some respite. Still in the knowledge that the exam results will be coming out soon, and any plans I've had for classes and courses will be written and rewritten and rewritten again. Hi. There's all been good. Number one son has finished off in primary school, and that was emotional. Making his way up to high school now. They had a lovely send-off. They had a festival-themed disco in the school, and they had a mass for them. And on the final day, they get piped out of the school with the other kids doing a guard of honour. So it was all very emotional. It's a lovely school to go to. So he's getting all sensible now, heading up. So it's a nice time for him, casting off the old and onward with the new. So another few weeks to go, so we'll see if we're all talking to each other by the end of the summer holidays. MM7 KIP is back to net control.
MM7 KIP, Sean from GM0 UUB, Graham Net Control. Sean, absolutely wonderful to hear from you, sir. And it's great to hear all the stuff and everything else. And also, Sean, thank you so much for posting up some wonderful pictures. Honestly, a wee bit of insight into just what's happening in your world with your kids there and everything else. Absolutely wonderful. So, of course, this weekend, the highlights of all the, I don't know, maybe, I'm not too sure, but you and the family and the kids and all the rest, oh, goodness me, were you looking at Euro 2024, the football across the pond, soccer, just in case people are wondering, and the final, it's England and Spain and everything else on Sunday there. I was also watching the Lionesses. They did a good job today with Ireland. Goodness me. But goodness. Anyway, so you and the boys and everything else, Sean, I know you're so much into your football. But you're also here in Scotland. And of course, a lot of Scotland people are looking forward to a Spanish win on Sunday. And, there we go. They're kind of supporting Spain. And anyway, I'm not too sure. You know where I'm going there, Sean. So, you and the boys and everything else, who are you shouting for as far as football is concerned for the Euros 2024 on Sunday? England or Spain? So, I don't want to put you on the spot. Oh, indeed, I just have. So, back to you, sir, from GM0 UUB.
MM7 KIP returning. No, you're not putting me on the spot at all. I'll come out with the diplomatic answer because we have friends in the street who are English my sense of humour, and my answer is going to be Donegal. Back to net control.
Very good, Sean. Okay, well, you've got your answer locked in. Good stuff. Oh, that's absolutely amazing. Good stuff. Anyway, Sean, well, thank you so much. And hey, listen, thanks again for just for being there and for sharing so much of your story and the kids and all they're doing. And we wish you them and you and all the best and everything else. Honestly, absolutely wonderful. So thank you, Sean. It really is great to have you on board, that's for sure. And so just before we get to Scott in Memphis, Tennessee, Sean, do you have any final comments, sir? It is a right tonight. I'd like to pass it back just in case you just never know. So, Sean, do you have any final comments before we move on, sir, from GM0?
GM0UUB, MN7KIC. Just to say, I was finally getting the hang of DMR this week, so maybe next time we'll be getting on to use through that medium. Other than that, please pass my fondest on to a lady, yourself, your beer lady, yourself a lady. I'm getting religious again. Must have been those comments earlier on. MM7HQS, please give our fondest, and I'm sure you'll all be looking after the tell her to take care of herself. MM7KIP, back to net control.
Well, I certainly will, Sean, and thank you so much for your comments and your good words there. So thank you. You take care, sir. You and yours have a wonderful weekend. We'll say 73 to MM7KIB. Thanks, Sean, for being there. It's always great. And with that, let's go across the pond once again. And there we are. We're in the US, and we have our friend Scott, along with, I assume, Robbie Ray. We're not too sure. He'll have to tell us. KY4NB from GM0UUB. Scott, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And how are you? And the microphone, it's all yours.
UB, MM7, HQS, KY4, we hope everything went the weekend, and Graham, and out and playing some, and Robbie Ray sometimes will get. So anyway, it's hot, it's humid over here, but that's what it does. And my brother Randall there, they keep listening, and Texas, they had a bad storm there, so I was trying to get through that. Well, of Jeanette there with her cat, and now that's have to do that is just part of ownership, and it's awful, but we're doing them the best we can there in a favor, and they'll be all over on the Rainbow Bridge. All other pups there, Graham, so we are thinking about that in this time of need, our cat there. So we're okay. Starting with Robbie Ray. Here's Robbie Ray, third party. She's getting up. Okay. So, Jeanette.
That's your other. Anyway, hello to you and
GM0, UUB, Graham here, Net Control, and, Scott, Robbie Ray, guys, honestly, you were dropping in and out so much, and I'm not too sure, Scott, I'm not too sure if you made any kind of different kind of connections. Normally we hear you guys awfully well, but it was very broken there, Scott, and we heard I would say about 50 or maybe 40% of what you were saying. It was very broken, and Robbie Ray, by the time you came on, honestly, it was so broken. We did hear some nice thoughts towards Jeanette there, as far as the commiserations and the cat and everything else is concerned. But that's the only portion of your transmission I managed to actually copy. So it was so broken, so in and out, was really difficult. So don't know what you guys are doing. You're normally so well connected, just like brand new, everything else. But no, today, and I think we had some difficulties last week as well. So, but no, we did hear your good comments towards and good mentions towards Jeanette there, for the loss of her cat there, Skippy. But apart from that, it was very broken. So anyway, let me throw it back to you guys and see if you managed to do any kind of shaking and a shuggling and they make anything any better. I'm not too sure. Scott, I'll throw it back to you, sir. KY4NB from GM0. Okay, nothing heard. One more time, Scott, are you still with us, sir? Have you done a wee shake and a shugle? I'm not too sure. Kilo Yankee 4, November Bravo, our friends out there in Memphis, Tennessee. This is GM0, UUB. Okay, nothing heard, and oh wow, it's a bit of a shame, Scott and Robbie Ray out there, very good friends, we love them to bits, and goodness, but the last couple of weeks their connections is a wee bit dodgy, but anyway, that's it, we're at the bottom of the list. So, goodness me, looking at the time, we have been here for nearly 3 hours, so definitely looking for kind of last check-ins, I do believe, yes, I definitely am. So, okay, folks, hey, listen, we've had a 3-hour session with just over 20 check-ins, so lots of rag to today, lots of conversation, and that's absolutely wonderful. But having said that, we have to make it a day at some point, and we have to make it a day now. So I'm going to go for a final round of check-ins. And we might not be able to rag to too much because, goodness me, it's just about midnight here in the UK. And, the old eyes here are kind of drawing close. But anyway, we're looking for a final round of check-ins. Goodness. So this is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. It's the IRN KB1 Multimode Net. It's Friday, it's the 12th of July 2024. We're looking for a final round of check-ins. Folks, if you want to check in, you know what to do. It's your call sign, slowly, phonetically, and twice. Final call for check-ins. Please call now.
Papa Lima Charlie. Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie, Clifton, Calgary.
Pennsylvania, good evening.
Okay, Net Control recognises our very good friend, that's Cliff, out there in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie. You're at the top of the list, sir, and we heard somebody saying Pennsylvania, good evening. I do assume that was KB3 GPX, and so Mike, we've got you on the list as well. So okay, folks, this is GM0UUB Net Control for the IRN KB1 Multimode Net. It is the final round of check-ins, so we've got 2 on the list. Was there anybody else want to check in? We do have Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie, and KB3 GPX. Anyone else? It's the final round, folks. Anyone else want to check in before we close the net, after we go and speak to those 2 fine young amateur radio operators? Anyone else want to get on the list? Please give me your call sign, slowly, phonetically, and twice. Call now.
Kilo Yankee 4, November Bravo, KY4NB, Scott Robbie Ray. Just wanted to check and see if this connection's any better, Graham. We don't have to come back, but just wanted to see if you could hear me any better. KY4NB, back to net.
Well, let me just pick myself up off the floor and get back onto the seat, because that station just blew me away. And it was so, I thought you were there, sir. I thought you punched me right in the face. Scott, hey, listen, that was so good. Honestly, Scott, I thought you were right in front of me. I thought you punched me in the face. I was jumping off the chair going, who is that? It's not me. I didn't do it. But there we go. But yeah, no, Scott, absolutely wonderful. KY4NB. I know you checked in before, so sir, I'm going to go right back to you, sir. Do you have any additional comments? Because, Scott, you're loud and clear. And honestly, you're right next to me on the chair. Scott, good to hear you. Back to you.
For NB and Robbie Ray, Linda Elvis and Barbecue as well. I'm on repeater phone app with All-Star Link. And not sure what's going on with Echo Link there. I've had that happen. And here's Robbie Ray. I talk enough, but I just wanted to say hi. Hope Queen Helen's doing well and her test went well there, Graham. But here's Robbie Ray, third party, real quick again.
Hey, Graham and Helen. Yeah, we were thinking about Helen and hoping that she had that MRI done on, I think it was Monday.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. Oh, okay. I had an echocardiogram on, what was that, Monday, I think. 7 o'clock in the morning at the hospital. Boy, that was fun. Anyway, we're thankful for good doctors and everything. Anyway, y'all have a good weekend. Just wanted to say hi to you both.
Thanks for coming back to us, Graham, and we'll be thinking of Jeanette and Mike there. Their kitty cat. The kitty will be playing with all the pups and cats and birds and animals and over the Rainbow Bridge there. So back over to you, Graham, and 7-3 to all, and thanks for coming back to us. I'm glad the connection's doing better on repeater phone. KY4NB and Robbie Ray, back to you in the net.
Oh, thanks so much, Scott and Robbie Ray. And Robbie Ray, hope everything goes well with the echocardiogram there and all the rest and results. And Helen did have her MRI scan last Saturday evening. We're over here. They're kind of doing scans at all different times of the day and night and weekends and everything else, trying to catch up with the backlog. But anyway, I hope you do well with your scan there, Robbie Ray. And we haven't heard any results for Helen's yet, so hopefully early next week we will. So good stuff. So keep in touch, guys. Keep in touch, and I hope all results are good on both ends. So all the best to you, Scott, Robbie Ray. Really do appreciate that, and take care, my friends. And you're sounding great now. You're sounding back to your normal selves. That's really good. So all the best, and have a wonderful weekend. Stay in touch. And with that, we'll say 73 once again to KY4NB. That's Scott. And with third-party transfer from Robbie Ray. So much welcome. Thanks, guys. And with that, let's go up the top of this particular list and go and see what's happening with Cliff out there in Calgary, Alberta. Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie. Cliff, welcome, sir. And happy Friday. And how are you, sir? The microphone, it's all yours.
Thank you, Graham. Hello to you and Helen and everybody on the net. From sunny Calgary, we've had temperatures in the low to mid-30s all week. And, it's been quite warm for the stampede goers. I imagine the temperatures have been hitting well over 100 Fahrenheit on the grounds the last couple of days. But our water is fully restored. Restrictions have been taken off. Except I think they're still saying go easy on the lawn watering and that sort of thing. But otherwise, that all seems to have, the repair seems to have gone well. Stampede is doing well. I think we'll be close to over 1 million anyhow visitors to the Stampede grounds over the 10 days by the time it all wraps up. There's relaxing in our chair. I've been downstairs this afternoon, Linux Mint on an older laptop computer. So that's the story from sunny Calgary. Back to you, Graham, from V6 PLC.
Very good, Cliff. And I was wondering how the Stampede was going on. We had obviously the check-in earlier from VE6 DCV, Dave, and he was saying he's going to miss the Stampede. Him and Heather are away off to the zoo, the Calgary Zoo, on Monday and stuff. And, so they're busy with other things. So they're missing the Stampede. But nice to hear a wee update from yourself there, sir. That's absolutely wonderful. And also, I actually forgot to ask DJ Dave about the water supply. So good to hear that things have been restored. Absolutely wonderful. So hopefully that's going to be a nice consistent supply of fresh water for yourselves in that area and everything else. So I did actually forget to ask DJ Dave just about the water supply. So good to know. So hopefully that's a permanent repair that's going to be keeping you going forward for sure. So good stuff. But anyway, Cliff, and thank you for I was going to say a wee Noel report. Well, you've already said that. So no, it's absolutely wonderful. We always love to hear about Nuala, that's for sure. But also yourself, sir, we love to hear from you, that's for sure. Anything else for us, sir? VE6 PLC from GM0 UUB.
I'm keeping a close eye on Noelle. She's been sneezing and a bit of a runny nose, so I'm keeping an eye on that. I think might be the heat, and the pollen count's been pretty high this spring and into the summer, so could be just allergies. I've got a little snuff. All it is. But I'll keep an eye on her, and she's been snuggling with me, although I think it's been so hot she has actually going and curling up on the floor, I think, because it's cooler than being in my lap. That's a further update on me and Nuala. But we're doing just fine, thank you, Graham. Back to you from the 6 PLC.
Well, thank you so much, Cliff, for taking the time to stop by today. Always a pleasure. And as ever, please, from myself and Helen, Queen of Scotland, give Nuala a wee gentle squeeze, if you don't mind, sir. That'd be absolutely amazing from Scotland. And there we go. So hopefully that's a good start to your weekend. And the pollen stuff and everything else. Last week I was even more affected, and it was meant to be medium levels of pollen, but this week it's meant to be high. It's all kind of grass pollen and nettle pollen here in the UK. But actually today I haven't been too bad. I've had a few sniffles and this and that, but last week I was so much affected. This week not so much. So it's kind of strange. Anyway, and I keep on taking the wee antihistamine pills, and honestly, I don't think they make much difference. Anyway, Cliff, thank you so much for being there, sir. We'll say 73. All the best. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well. And like I say, give Nuala a wee squeeze, and all the best to Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie. And with that, let's go and find out what's happened with Mike, all the way from York, Pennsylvania. Kilo Bravo 3, Golf Papa X-Ray. Mike, welcome to the net, sir. Happy Friday. And the microphone, my friend, it's all yours.
GM0. UUB, Mr. Graham, good evening, sir. KB3 GPX. Mike, York, Pennsylvania, 26 degrees centigrade, and finally some rain for south central Pennsylvania, a little more creeping up the east coast of the United States. We definitely need some rain, so very much welcome precipitation here. And wow, I gotta say, Graham, a good crowd. I remember the late Rodney Dangerfield. He would say, what a crowd, what a crowd. Absolutely fine, outstanding net here on this Friday. And listening here on All-Star this evening, coming in on the Clearnote Pi 4 here, the BFDX 580. I trust the HT that I run most of the nets here on DMR, but excellent discussion and good camaraderie here this evening. Thinking earlier about the scientific physics of stars and stuff. Well, the only thing I could think of was Red Dwarf, which is a popular comedy sci-fi series over there in the UK. A very fun serial series, and that does come through a little bit over here. I think Pluto TV, one of the streaming services, carry it here. So always fun to watch that. I definitely enjoyed the cast, and really good. Some good ribbing there and fun stuff. Very much enjoying the net here. A good crowd, as I mentioned earlier. Working on dinner here probably a little bit here shortly. Might try to hop over there on 11 Cats and see what's happening there. I think it's already starting. But I got to say, Graham, I don't know how you're holding out there. I think the longest net I ran was about 2 hours. That was on the Mid-Atlantic net there on DMR on the Maryland statewide group. And I held out pretty good. But I got to say, you're doing a fantastic job, Graham. So there we go. Let me grab a nickel. And as far as critters, I saw Mr. Groundhog doing his evening duties, I guess visiting the buffet or boife, whatever you want to call it, eating the leaves on a particular tree, which is totally fine by me. And I've seen the little chipmunks cruising around as well. I think I see about 3 or 4 now, so they seem to be a small family hanging out here at the QTH. So there we go. Graham, back to you there. And again, fantastic job this evening. GM0UUB, KB3 GPX.
Well, thank you so much, Mike, for taking the time to stop by again today, and thanks for your support for the IRN nets, and the non-RF linked ones as well. As I mentioned earlier, honestly, the non-licensed operators really do get inspired by people like yourself and everybody else that checks into the nets that are non-RF on the international radio networks. So we do have the two systems. This one is the multimode system, and the other one is no RF. And but our members do really enjoy people participating. So just gives me a wee ability to shout out once again to check out the website, all the w's.irn.radio, and honestly, licensed operators, please come and support the people that are members there as well, that they have no license, and but they do enjoy some amateur radio operating and everything else, the kind of style, amateur radio style operating, and they're learning about the whole hobby altogether. So fantastic. Anyway, goodness me. Anyway, Mike, thank you once again for being there. Thanks for doing what you do. Thanks for sharing with who you have with me. I do enjoy having a wee kind of raid to Pennsylvania on a Wednesday or a Thursday, or maybe even both, from time to time. It's always great fun, and thanks for all the info. Anyway, Mike, do you have anything else for us, sir? KB3, GPX from GM0UUB, and please announce anything you want, advertise anything. That's what it's all about. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, Graham, no worries on that. Everything copied here via All-Star. Trying to think here. Let's see. Well, for those who have access to DMR, which is Digital Mobile Radio, I think that's how it is, there is a statewide net over here on what's known as the Brandmeister Network, one of several digital networks that are out there. If you have a hotspot, typically a Raspberry Pi-based hotspot with the Pi-Star software, you're probably good to go. And any DMR radio will tie into the network there. I run a statewide net every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and that would be Quad Zero Zulu on talk group 3142, Pennsylvania statewide. We also use NetLogger over there as well. If you can't access the network through DMR, just hop in on NetLogger. We'll certainly make an honorable mention for the net there. So that's one I do typically every Tuesday evening. And certainly good to hear the folks who are checking in, non-RF. Hopefully that will spur them on to pursue an amateur radio license. And if they do, that opens up a whole wide world of the next level of stuff. Even over here in the States here, the basic level is technician class. And even there you chef. You can do satellite work. You can do microwave stuff. Even meteor scatter. I mean, you can talk to the International Space Station. It's absolutely wild stuff. So it's a whole new level of communication. So definitely consider a ham radio license. Very easy to do these days, and it'll open up a whole new horizon. Anyway, Graham, good to hear you tonight. Always looking forward to you on the nets here over here in the States. And do take care. And grab a good drink and refresh those vocal cords. Hi. Good job tonight. KB3 GPX, back to net.
KB3 GPX from GM0 UUB Net Control. Well, thank you so much, Mike, and thanks for all your comments and all your encouraging words there. Really do appreciate that. Absolutely wonderful. And that's where, well, the hobby's a wonderful, wonderful hobby, and all we want to do is make connections and encourage people to just do what they, make best use of what the wonderful hobby has for them. There's so many opportunities, that's for sure. Whether you want to go analog, digital, both, everything, this and that, HF and CW, doesn't really matter. It's a wonderful, wonderful hobby. So great stuff. Great to have everybody there. Mike, thank you so much, and look forward to trying to kind of do a trek across from Alloa to Pennsylvania again next week on your digital nets, and absolutely wonderful. So thank you so much. Anyway, we'll say 73, and thanks again to our friend KB3 GPX. This is GM0 UUV. Just take a wee pause. Okay, this is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. It's Graham here, your net control for the IRN KB1 Multimode Net. We're just about to close, but hey, listen, I'm going to give a wee cheeky shout out, just in case. Is there anybody else want to squeeze themselves under the radar there and get themselves on the list just before I close the net? Hey, listen, if there is, please give me a call sign slowly, phonetically, and twice. Go ahead.
Push for mobile.
Well, nothing heard, and they will just go, hey, listen. Oh, sorry, John, that's my usual response. You know what I'm like. Goodness me, it's an old joke. I'm getting therapy. VK3HJQ. John, welcome, sir, once again. And please, John, go ahead, sir. You're going to be closing the net. You're definitely the tail gunner, and final curtain.
JQ. Oh boy, got some bad news, Graham. Both the kids are crook. Peter's got COVID, David's got food poisoning over there in the UK. Far out. If it doesn't rain, it snows. Anyway, not much I can do from this far away, but anyway, we've been in contact with them, and they're okay, but not good. But go for HJQ back to net.
Okay, John. Well, it's great to hear from you, sir. But it's not great to hear the news. That's for sure. And it's we're kind of past COVID. Of course, 2020 and 2021, and COVID was so dominating. But we can't forget it's actually still there. And we do have over here on the Extended Freedom Network, we've had some of our friends on the Extended Freedom also having COVID over the last couple of weeks. So, goodness me, it's still there. I don't know. Anyway, hope you're staying safe and well out there, John, doing your, I don't know, what's your average mileage when you're going out there on your mobiling, on your cycling, in an early morning out there in Australia? I'm not too sure. Back to you, John. What sort of mileage do you do? And obviously you don't have to have a mask on, surely.
Okay, there's 6 laps, which is 34.4 kilometres. I've got no idea what that is in miles. Average speed's about 14 to 16 kilometres an hour. Top speed's 36.4. And the slowest is about, well, obviously 0 when I'm stopped at the moment. But usually about 15 k's an hour is the normal. So if we get a bit of a hill and get a bit of speed, nearly hit 40 k's the other day. That was unreal going down the hill. That's a bit scary doing 40 k's on a push bike, Graham, because the ground's very close. What else to report? Oh, yeah, Peter, the youngest one's girlfriend, she's over in Canada anyway, so they went across to the US, her and another friend, and they went across, what's that thing called? Something desert, little desert, dark desert, Death Valley, that's the one. And apparently somebody died there the week before. A couple of motorbikes went over there, and one of the guys got dehydrated and apparently died. Anyway, she got through there all right, and they sent a picture of a photo of them at this place called Furnace Information Centre or something. And the temperature outside was 55 degrees C, 131 Fahrenheit. I couldn't believe it. I mean, that's warm, Graham, over.
Hey, listen, John, that's far too warm for me. That's for sure. That's far too warm for me, but goodness me, but oh goodness. Anyway, and how's your other son doing? How's David doing? Is he coming back to the UK, or is he already back in the UK? So yeah, what's happened with David?
Yeah, like I said, David's got food poisoning at the moment. We were talking to him last night. He's went to the doc, got some drugs, and he's getting better. Yeah, he's over there permanently now. He's not a tax resident in Australia anymore. He's now a tax resident in the UK, and it looks like he's going to stay there for good. His visa runs out in 3 years, and hopefully we finish his PhD by then, get a full-time job, and be able to apply for residency. But yeah, it looks like he's going to stay over there. He's been going out with a few of those UK girls, but he can't find anybody intelligent enough, Graham. That's his problem.
Very good, John. Well, hey, listen, just advise him to come up to Scotland. There's lots of very, very intelligent, wonderful, intelligent women up here in Scotland. So, yeah, get himself a wee bus ticket and come up to Scotland, and goodness me, it could change his life. How about that, sir? VK3 SJQ from GM0UUB.
Told him to head further north, but it's a bit hard, It's like the girl. Anyway, he's heading over to Prague. He's going to a conference there, and then he's heading over to Vienna. He's not going to, because he was crook, but hopefully he'll be introduction to universal artificial intelligence. So it's selling well, but they're really expensive. Like the book's crazy price. Anyway, and that's about, I think, all the report. Anyway, I'm on my third lap. I've got 3 laps to go, Graham, so I better get going. It takes me about 2.5 hours to do 34 k's. So yeah, it's a fair hike, but I enjoy it. Don't know what's going to happen during the summer when it's 40 degrees here. I'll probably die, Graham. I'll have to have the kids have these backpacks with these water bottles and a tube when they're riding a motorbike, so we'll have to invest in one of those and just do it, intravenously, Graham, over.
Very good, John. Well, I've got the exact opposite. our summer over here, I mean, I do like to get my bike, but I know you kind of say it's not really a bike, it's an e-bike, but never mind. I do like to get my e-bike, but honestly, the weather over here, we've got a wee bit of summer here and the summer there. Today wasn't too bad. It was actually quite good. But hey, listen, the weather's just, it's just so much rain and wind. It's just quite incredible. But anyway, John, I'll throw it back to you one more time there, sir, and it's always good to talk to you. And John, it's great to have a wee catch up there. But I'll throw it back to you one more time before I go and close down the net. Goodness me, I've thrown you in a different direction altogether. VK3 SJQ from GM0 UUB. Back to you, sir.
No problem at all. The sun's come out. It's starting to warm up. I think it might be up to at least 10 degrees C. All right, nice to have a chat. Yeah, it's a bit hard to talk while I'm push bike riding. Got my phone mounted inside a case, and it's just too hard to turn the thing off and on and hear what you're saying. I got the volume up, flat chat. And yours is the lowest audio of all when I was listening. Everybody else is really loud through the case except for you. So you need to shout and get out of the HJQ leather case on his push bike so I can hear you, Graham. You know, I'm holding onto the phone at the moment so I can hear everything. Righto, 7-3 from down under. Got about another 16 kilometres to go. Catch you next week, Graham. Vic for HJQ.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, John. You take care, sir, and great to hear all the news about yourself and the family and what's going on and everything else. Good stuff, really is. Absolutely wonderful. Take care, look after yourself out there on the road, doing push bike mobile. Just remember there's other people with bigger machines, and some of them are idiots, absolute idiots. Look after yourself on the road there, John. So we'll say 73 to VK3 HJQ. This is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. And having said that, well, we haven't quite closed the net down, so just in case there's any people out there just kind of straggling along before we close the net, I'll just give a final call for anyone wanting to check in. GM0, UUB Net Control. Please give me a call sign phonetically and twice. Go ahead.
Seven, Hotel Echo Delta. Victor Echo 7, Hotel